G'day team. Thanks for joining us here for another episode of the Grey Man Podcast. I'm your host, Harley Fox. Our next conversation brings you two warriors from very different but equally intense battlefields. Tommo Williams is an Australian combat engineer and veteran of the Afghan conflict. After spending years building, breaching and surviving in some of the world's harshest combat environments, he spent years rebuilding his life with new identity and purpose. And alongside him today, we've got Sergeant Wardawg, a United States Marine Corps veteran with 3 tours to Iraq, including the ground-pounding push into Baghdad in 2003 that culminated in the symbolic toppling of the Saddam Hussein statue. Together, they've seen dust, danger and brotherhood and the chaos of modern war up close. Today, we're pulling the lens back and talking the reality of transition, purpose and what warrior life looks like after the guns go quiet. Both of these guys have got a super interesting story and we had a great chat, a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoy it just as much as I did. If you want to see this channel grow, guys, just like I do, all you have to do is click that subscribe button. Free and easy to do. Push the button, done. Help it grow, get more eyes on it, spread it across the algorithm. Thanks, guys. Enjoy the show. Thanks for being here. The Grey Man Podcast is a veteran-run platform dedicated to sharing authentic experiences from current and former service members. These stories are shared to foster connection, understanding and support within the veteran community. Episodes may contain raw, emotionally charged content that some listeners may find distressing. Listener discretion is advised. The views and opinions expressed by guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect those of the Grey Man Podcast, its host or affiliated partners. The Grey Man Podcast assumes no liability for any statements, opinions, or representations made by guests during interviews or discussions. Thanks for being here, boys. Our first podcast trio. So that's exciting. Welcome to the country, mate.
Thanks, bro. Really appreciate it.
Bring that way close to your face, dude.
You get deep throat.
Fucking get in there. But yeah, the closer you are, the less echo there is as well.
Okay.
And you've got that deep, soothing sounds of your voice.
Thank you. I appreciate it, though. But I'm so excited to be on your show, bro. I love what you do, Harley. The Grey Man Podcast is the shit. Straight up, bro. You a bad motherfucker. Bro, I even as an American, I can relate because of your show to you and the veterans you speak to. Because some things about, war and military are, I don't know, universal or, they cross borders, right? So, like something like PTSD, doesn't matter what country you're from or you fought in. To me, that's similar amongst the whole world of military people and military. You know what I mean? So
100%.
It was like when I saw that I could relate to you and your guests, even from different sides of the world like that, because we all experience similar military experience like that.
Yeah,
it's just amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm honored right now, bro. This is amazing.
That's cool, man.
I never thought I'd be in Australia on meet someone like you on an amazing show. And
fucking happy to have you, man. Happy to have you here, mate. And I've actually been thinking it'd be good to get some viewership from America, just to we work together so closely, right? The coalition 100%. Forces and.
Right.
And yeah, just hearing the stories and the perspectives and the feelings and emotions that go behind all the stuff and what happens when we come home and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, obviously we are part of the same team and it'll be good to hear each other's voices. Yeah, and Tommo, fucking Afghan vet and now you're getting into the American culture, I see.
Yeah, mate. No, we had that conversation a little bit earlier. They don't mind our voices over there. It makes us stand out a little bit more. So, yeah, man, it's been an interesting ride having Wardawg here, mate. We hooked up 6 months ago through DV Radio that I've been in touch with since 2016, 2017 when I was floating around with the 42 for 42. We made our connection back then. It sort of grew, and it was one of the ladies on there, XMP Nevermore, she's been telling me for about 12 months, she goes, you need to meet this dude. Like, your stories are very similar. And this dude just so happens to be the CEO of the psych ward gag. And I was like, oh, we'll see how that goes then, mate. Our first conversation, I think, it was like, man, I can't wear that title anymore. I've only got 5 trips and you've got 13. So I was like, you are now the CEO of the psych ward gag. And I was like, right, I'll have to wear that with a badge of honour, mate, and see if we can reach some more crazies like myself.
Fucking hell. I've had a couple of some psych ward dudes on here, actually. Seems to be a common thread. I actually fucking found out after Danny's conversation the other day, I had a chat with some other people and found out that we've got not only do we have the highest rate of suicide that everybody knows of, but we've also got the highest rate of fucking incarceration.
Yeah, right. Well,
Really?
I've been
Damn, I didn't know that.
Veterans, yeah.
per
Damn.
capita when we're doing the stats. Wow, that's amazing. I didn't actually know that either.
Yeah.
When you were up there.
Just hard charging. I guess when you get out, you're looking for just chasing that dragon, right?
Right.
And that dragon is fucking thrill, and that might come in the form of drugs and crime and all that sort of shit. Right?
Adrenaline. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking sitting on the couch doing nothing. You're like, fucking, I need a rush.
That's it, man. And look, I chased every rush trying to find the rush I got from Afghanistan, mate. And I tried them all, and nothing compared. Nothing compared. You know, mate. I nearly ended up in jail myself.
Yeah, right.
Trying to take matters into my own hands, man. That's a big reason why I had to leave the 42 for 42. Was I got myself into a fair bit of strife trying to help out one of the boys with a drug dealer. Watched too much Chopper Reed growing up and thought I could take things into my own hands. Rolled in there with a moon boot.
Tomo, no money here, mate.
No money. Yeah, bro. So that for me, by that point, I think I was up to 9 or 10 admissions. I thought I'd started to work everything out, mate. And then, that was the huge wake-up call that I was no longer invincible. You know, my story was a hidden drug addict, high-functioning hidden drug addict for a very long time.
What was your drug of choice?
Stimulants, bro. Stimulants was my drug of choice with the ADHD.
Coke and speed and stuff?
Speed, then meth, mate. Coke never had the legs for me. But also I wasn't chasing the high. I was chasing the functionality that come from using. You know, like I was playing dad and husband and running organisations during the day, and then I was a meth head at night while everyone was asleep trying to catch up. You know, I kept it from everyone, besides probably 2 mates, one civvy one, and the bloke I ended up getting in strife with. That was... No one really knew the extent of it was, but I was still getting around doing what I had to do. But the whole time, mate, like as much as I didn't tell anyone else, I made sure my treatment team knew. Like I never went into my doctors or my... there's no point. I don't see the point. If you want help, what's the point of going in there and asking for help if you're just going to tell a bullshit, you know? It didn't good, mate. I was able to use the pharmaceutical medications to balance out the illegal side of things that I was doing to balance it. And I always had the psychologist telling me, you know, you're not your standard junkie, mate. Like you're not your usual crackhead. You're obviously self-medicating, and because of your ADHD, you're getting a different effect to most people.
Right.
So it was just self-medicating, mate, and I was able to manage it until certain points. But probably after my 3rd or 4th trip, especially when I removed back up this way after I discharged, I found myself probably I really felt like I dealt with the trauma side of Afghan in those probably first 3 or 4 trips, especially when I was down in Heidelberg at the Repat hospital down there. That has the Veterans and Emergency Services ward for PTSD. So absolutely fantastic. And because I was very early on, this is 2012, I think, by that stage, before we'd had a big influx of our guys, I was in with Vietnam veterans, mate. So I was in there listening to dudes that had tried to keep their shit together for 40 years and used all sorts of self-medicating and coping mechanisms to get through, and have lost sitting in group rooms with these dudes sharing and watching these old men cry that I'd looked up that I didn't think that was possible. Watching them share their stories about how they'd tried to push Fallujah for so long, I just knew, mate, I've always been a public speaker. I think I emceed me year 6 farewell, gift of the gab that Brucey gave me, the old man. And I very much knew that I wanted our stories to come from us. I didn't want the dudes that were hearing our stories and going out and telling our stories as their own to be able to use that, I suppose. It needed, if my biggest thing was, if we want people to understand what we're going through, then we've got to start opening up and tell them what's really going on. And I remember it, I've brought it up on a few of the other podcasts I've done, mate, where he was a combat medic from Vietnam, chopper medic. I think he was on like 700 milligrams of Seroquel for breakfast and 700 milligrams of Seroquel for dinner. Never come into any group sessions, but I'll never forget it because he's just a real tiny dude, blue dressing down on, and he'd just come out with his coffee mug and his ciggies out to the smoking area. And we'd come out of a really heavy session this morning. And I think originally I thought he was in there, but like in reflecting now, he definitely wasn't. He didn't come to any of the groups, but we'd had a really heavy session with a couple of the other Vietnam guys. And all he did was, as he was putting down his diary, he leaned over to the ashtray and he goes, I wish I spoke about this shit 40 years ago.
Yeah.
And that stuck with me forever from that first admission. And I was like, well, if I'm going to have an impact helping the boys go through this and understand this, we're going to have to be open about it. And I think we made a joke at the start, I don't recommend anyone doing as much fucking therapy as I've done because it keeps you trapped for so long, especially veterans. But you've got to have the understanding. You've got to be able to educate yourself with what's going on internally and give yourself the tools, I believe, to be able to then self-manage going out of it. So
Yeah, it's become very glaringly obvious that talking helps, getting it out there. Even if you don't get any advice, just fucking getting it off your chest, right?
Just like having the conversations we're having now, like you've been doing on your podcast for the last, how long you been going now for?
Started on Anzac Day, so April.
There you go. And what are you cracking through the episodes, brother? It's wicked. I need to ask.
41.
Yeah, man. Fitting for me with those numbers. But, man, like what was the turning point for you to start doing this? Like I've wanted to do this shit for ages myself, and it wasn't really until I found Wardawg and found a platform, because I didn't have the capacity to build that stuff myself, that I decided this is what I'm going to do. This is what I enjoy doing. What was it for you that was I want these conversations had?
It was basically, I wanted to start a podcast, and I thought, fucking wasn't a quick and easy decision. It was like over fucking many, many months. What have I got to bring to the table? Like, what conversations could I have that aren't, a dime a dozen, that aren't, the Joe Rogans and the Theo Vons where it's just talking shit with anyone about anything.
Yeah.
And I thought, who do I have the most exposure and access to is fucking veterans. I know fucking hundreds of them. And the most fun I have having conversations is with my veteran mates, right? Just talking shit, telling worries, fucking laughing till we fucking cry, repeating the same fucking stories 400 times. And I was like, those conversations are fucking fun. And it'd be good to bridge the gap of understanding, right? Like, we have those conversations with each other, but we never have them with anyone else.
Exactly.
We would never fucking talk about the dumb shit we did in service with civilians, right? And for many reasons.
Yeah. Mainly legal.
Yeah. But yeah, giving civilians an understanding of who we are and what we go through as well. Yep. Not only the fun and, camaraderie and all that, but also the struggles we have and why we struggle. So just bridging that gap or closing it of the civilian versus military population, because there's so many of us, right?
Yeah.
And then also, the fun side of it and the relatability to other veterans, right? So a lot of the people that I talk to are going through stuff.
Yep.
And then a lot of people have been through stuff and now have come out the other side bigger and better. And it's like, if we can capture that, how they did it, well, not even how they did it, the fact that they did do it.
That's it, bro.
And then someone else can look at that and go, you know what, I could fucking do that too.
Yep.
And I've had that feedback and people coming up and going, you know what, I was fucking in a real dark place. I watched your podcast. I saw several people that went through exactly the same thing. And now they're crushing it. So, you know, I stopped fucking drinking. I'm going to the gym every day now. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm like,
Hell yeah.
fuck yeah, that's awesome.
Fuck
Yeah, bro. That's, man, I feel like you and I share a lot of similarities. And as we're going through today, I will pick you bits and pieces because I want to know more of your story. I can't help but watching the podcast to go, I want to ask more questions. But, man, I think you nailed it on there for me. And this is what we found across the ditch, man, is that it's so relatable. When we're having these conversations and these chats, they're just very, very relatable. It doesn't matter where you're from. And, you know, something for me and Wardawg was Kaz over here was, if we're able to do it here, we don't want to be just talking with us guys, you know. Like we said earlier, man, there's so much for these operators and stuff and the real war dogs getting out there with the stories, but we don't hear enough of, for me personally, we don't hear enough of the conventional force story and
the everyday veteran.
The everyday veteran, man, you know, what it was like, what was their service like, you know. We didn't get all the highs and thrills, but I consider myself, mate, my 4 years in the army was like a fucking recruitment fucking video, you know. I've been watching the last year and you're like, I didn't have any of the things. I didn't get screwed over by recruiting. I actually got a better one. I actually wanted to join as an electrician. They told me you had to wait for 12 months and if you wanted, you join the engineers. And my old girl was in the first female platoon of women to do combat training in the Australian Army. My old man was I see your face now. My old man was the RSM of the SIB when he discharged. And the stories, I think Mum was a fucking bartender as far as I was concerned in the engineer boozers, and she had all the good stories. And the only blokes that ever flogged me old man were the engineers. So when they gave me you could join in 2 weeks as a combat engineer and leave the shit you are getting into now, I was like, let's take that shit. This sounds heaps better because I want to blow shit up.
Yeah, fuck yeah. What was childhood like for young Tommo?
7 generations of military, man. So it was very regimented. I actually grew up. Look, to be honest, I don't have many memories from from about 7 years old back.
I'll make sure I fucking leave that clip of you spilling your drinks on your chair.
I love getting Americans to drink with us.
As soon as I did, I was like, fuck them right on.
I could cut it out, but I won't.
Please don't. Raw and authentic, brother, and that's how we like to roll.
Exactly.
Fuck. Yeah, man. So I was born in Box Hill in Victoria. Dad got posted up to Holsworthy, I believe, so we did some time in Sydney before my sister was born.
Oh, you're military brat? Military
brat, bro, yeah. And then, yeah, we were up at Enoggera. I was living in Bracken Ridge. The earlier parts of childhood there, this is where all my memories sort of stop or go back to and everything that I've done. I haven't got much past the 7-year-old kid. But up until that point, yeah, man, I haven't got much reflection. Then that was when Mum had discharged, but she was back when they did the conversion over to what's the fucking civvy mob that took over all the catering and
fucking Serco,
yeah. So she discharged. She discharged, but then stayed on as a civvy up at Enoggera until Dad got posted up to Larrakia, which was his last post, and so that was 98, 99. Posted up to Larrakia, man. That was the best fucking posting ever.
What was it like moving around with the military family?
I loved it.
Oh, yeah?
I was a loser. I was a kid that got bullied a lot, so I loved fresh starts, making new friends, mate. So,
all right, this is the one.
Yeah, yes, you've got it this time, mate. You've got it this time.
You're getting fucking bashed again. You're like, fuck.
No, man. Well,
go home with Dad. When are we moving again?
Spot on, bro. But by the time I got to Darwin, I made friends with the Kiwis, bro. I remember in the first week I was getting bullied by some year 7s up there. I would have been in year 4, I think. And I had this Kiwi bloke, same year as me, Samuel Usatini. I'll never forget this kid's name. His brother Jeremiah. He's just walked out and just boop, 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 boop. These 3 year 7s picking up. We fucking leave him alone. I'm like, this is the best posting ever now. I'm not getting bullied or picked on at all. So yeah, man, we did 2 years, but that was complete freedom, man. Like mum and dad would be down at the sergeant's mess till 11 or 12 o'clock on Friday night. We'd be cruising down to the Navy base trying to get all the shells out of the bins and stuff like that down there, all there. And we'd play bike chasey on our pushies around fucking base because we had our own gate from the base into the primary school. So it was this was the only time we really had to leave, man. The rest of it was just freedom. And then obviously up at the point along Larrakia, you got all the war bunkers, all the old World War II bunkers and stuff inside of the cliffs. Got the old pistol range down there, so collecting shells, man. That was an awesome trip. And then, yeah, Dad discharged 99 and got back out and moved back down to Melbourne. Dad went into security, loss prevention risk management down at David Jones in Burke Street there. And then over to Knox, I think. And then we bought the security business and moved back up to Corowa, just outside Albury, Wodonga. Mum and Dad had built a bit of an empire there.
Yeah, right.
Discharging, so
I guess moving around with postings and stuff never bothered you,
mate. Not for me. I enjoyed it. My sister, she fucking hated it. She struggled with it massively. But
no, I mean, when you got in, moving around, you're like fucking just situation normal.
Yeah, it didn't affect me whatsoever, mate. But like I said, I had one of those whirlwinds. Like I joined in 2007, June 2007. Went through Kapuka, obviously, got up to IETs at Moorebank there, and we got put into holdies over Christmas, so we had a 6-week stand down, waiting for the first course to start. Our course 27 of the 30 of us were coming back up to Brizzy to re-raise 2CR because Afghan was starting to ramp back up. And they come through the lines in about I think it was the second or third week. Like, who's got passports? I think it was only 6 of us on the course that had passports. It's like, well, we're finishing. You aren't doing the bush phase of the thing. You're marching out a week earlier and you're flying to Malaysia do RCB. So my introduction to the use, we flew out of Sydney on Friday night. 4 o'clock on Monday morning, I was on a Herc flying to Malaysia for RCB 82, man.
Fuck, how good.
Well, how good, mate. Fuck yeah, the drink, it was engineer-led. So, mate, it was the biggest piss trip of my life, and the shit we did over there was absolutely... My first night at Hosties there, or what are Bodies. Tried to slab a tiger beer to introduce myself to the regiment, so I got the fucking piss wreck title pretty quickly at 2CR, man. So... yeah, it was a bit of a fucking train wreck. I was.
Was there a bit of hazing back then? Welcome to the fucking regiment.
Yeah, bro. I don't know if it's my character and having been an army brat that made it a little bit easier for me than most, like to fit into that crowd. But man, I don't know whether it's the gift of the gab too. Like I'm pretty good at fucking fitting in, finding my way to fit in. But at that stage too, we were still in with the 10-year digger phase with a bunch of fucking Jews. So yeah, obviously I was learning how much of a gob I could be and who I could be a gob to.
What you can get away with there.
But like I'd managed that most of my life, so I got pretty good at it. I know it was different for a lot of the other dudes, but I think for us especially, man, because realistically we're such a young unit, we're all getting re-raised, we're all coming out of IETs. We're very blessed to have that knowledge of the senior digs there, definitely. It definitely prepared us when we started ramping up for deployments, and that knowledge and that was fucking awesome. But yeah, we were fairly young and fresh, bro, so, man, it was just... Only talking about it the other day, man, those 4 years were just the fucking greatest. Like I've been through fucking a lot of shit and I've had to pay for those very, very fun years, I believe.
Only 4 years, but you were fucking drinking out of a fire hose the whole time.
Yeah, bro. And look, mate, fuck it. We're fucking here now. DBA's got me everything, mate. I had to get out of town. Like my parents are running the most successful security business on the company, very well things, and I'm running around taking and selling drugs at 16, 17 like an animal. Like I was only saying earlier, we started drinking as soon as we hit high school. We were drinking. By the time we were 15, us rugby league boys, we were drinking a fucking slab on a Friday night and then back it up again on a Saturday night, man. It's gone from 4 packs of UDLs, or the Fusion ones, the UDLs when they first shipped over to the bottle. Yeah, I go 6 of us into a slab on a fucking Friday night to go to the blue light disco. And then, fuck yeah, by the time we were 15, man, like, we were just animals. And then playing fucking, like, drink on the Friday night with ourselves because all the fucking AFL boys played on the Saturday. Then drinking with them at the footy and then through the night, then having to get up the next day and go play rugby, man, after a 2-day bender. It was fucking crazy. But
yeah, I was the same, bro. We used to fucking get a 2-litre bottle of Coke and pour a fucking third of it out and then fill it up with a bottle of Bundy and then take it into the blue light disco. Even an officer.
Oh, mate, that's it, bro. So that's, yeah, like I've touched on that, man. You give me a little bit of any of your wildness before joining the military.
Oh, mate, I dig pretty far. Obviously, I actually said in my podcast, like, fucking, I think it went for like 2.5 hours, and that's not enough time to give you everything. But I gave like some of the big stories.
Yep.
But yeah, fucking basically just neglect, abandonment. No one was ever there looking after me, or fucking, I never had anyone in my corner, so I was just running the streets and sleeping on the street a lot, and then my family. The family that I found was just the fucking street kids, right? Like all of us are in the same situation of abandonment that just gelled and connected together, and, you know.
Trauma bonding,
yeah. And that old fucking saying, you know, you choose, your family is who you choose.
Yep.
So we chose each other, and then it was like, you got to be tough, right? You got to be tough on the streets. You got to prove yourself. So, and then it was just that constant, like, I never loved it, but I excelled at it for some reason. Like, I remember that Eddie Murphy Delirious where he was like, I can't fight, but I can act like I can fight. Go, come on, motherfucker. And they're like, come on. You're like, oh, shit.
Good shit, bro. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So I was like that, just fucking act big, act tough. But inside I was fucking scared shitless.
Yep.
And then my whole theory was just fucking throw first and hope they don't throw back.
Yep.
Basically came homeless at about 13 years old, and one of my best mates, his family said that they would take me in. But in the fucking meantime, my sister had sent me to visit my biological mum over in WA. And then when I got there, she's like, fucking, I was like, oh, what date's my flight home? And she's like, this is your home. And I was like, the fuck it is.
Fuck.
So I started plotting my escape. So I fucking went and robbed a Salvation Army and stole bags of food and fucking stole some money here and there, and then stole her car.
Yeah.
And tried to drive across the country from fucking as a 13-year-old. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So Simon,
that's gangster.
So Simon's family were ready, like, for me to get back and live with them. So I was stopping at, you know, this is like fucking, I don't know, 92 or something. So there's no phones.
Yeah.
So I'm like stopping at servos and calling them on pay phones, going fucking, yep, I'm at this stop, you know, another fucking however long, fucking 2 days to get there or whatever.
Did you make it?
No, I got pulled over for speeding outside of Kalgoorlie. So I was doing like 135 on the highway in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
Because you're in the fucking bush, right? I'm like, oh, there's no cops in the fucking bush. So I'm just fucking gunning it. Cops pull me over, fucking, what the fuck are you doing? And told them a bit of my story, and they all fucking took sympathy, like looked after me, and they bought me KFC and chocolate and gave me heaps of yard. I had to go to jail.
Yeah.
So I was in jail for a week because I had to wait for fucking my biological mum to fucking get a lift out there because she didn't have a car, right?
Because you took the... Oh, shit.
So fucking...
You couldn't get out of jail. Damn, homie.
So fucking, yeah, she was filthy. Anyway, she realised I was serious, and she fucking bought me a bus ticket the next day after she got me back. And then I moved in with Simon. Gave me heaps of fucking street cred, but yeah, fuck, the boys love that. Yeah. Oh, you been to jail? Fucking sick.
Yeah, you legend.
Did you drop the soap?
Fuck, man. I think my first experience was 8. I'd knocked off the oldest 50-cent coin collection, and I sat in a canteen line at the Bracken Ridge State School, and I was just buying lollies forever like a gangster. They handed out the cash. And they're like, what's Thomas doing with all this money at school? And I'm at home, Dad's come over. And look, I blame my old man for years because he was the MP. He had the connection to the local coppers. It wasn't. It was Mum. Mum sent me to the coppers, man. I'll never get it. Her name was Detective Scully. They sat me in the interrogation room when I was 8, and they're like, you are the worst little piece of shit that's ever come across that. We're going to throw you into jail. We're going to keep you there for years, man. And I tell you, the next time I stole something, we're living down in Melbourne, I'd go into the shopping centre. I took a gold pen because we had all the tech decks then and we're doing all the tagging. I stole this gold paint pen, man. I got home, that fucking guilty. Fucking didn't even open it and took it back to the shop the next day. That fucking guilty, that many paranoid, man. Fucking hell.
Well, yeah, that wasn't the end of my fucking criminal career. I fucking got very well known by the cops after that.
Yep.
I remember when I was 16, I moved into a caravan. I was like, I started work and I could afford
Ponderosa.
whatever the fuck a caravan cost back then, fucking $50 a week or something. And the fucking cop pulled me up. I was crossing the street and he pulled me up and he's like, for as long as you live in this fucking town, Harley, I'm going to be on your ass. Like I was some kind of fucking mafioso or something.
You already built that street cred up from a young age, brother.
That's it. I never used to shoplift. I used to have fucking little gangster cunts shoplift for me.
Yeah.
But hanging around them, they just assumed that I was fucking doing it too.
Yeah.
I mean, I was eating the chocolate.
Yeah. Enjoying the spoils.
I got searched outside of Sunland at Caloundra once because they just fucking assumed we were in there shoplifting, which I wasn't.
Yep.
But I had just bought a little fucking set of throwing knives off a mate of mine, and I had them in my pocket. I actually fucking had them on my belt, but I had them folded into the inside of my pants.
Yeah.
And fucking cops come up and they're like, oh, we need to search you, mate. We've had complaints of shoplifting. I'm like, fucking, you know me, Des. You know I don't do that. He's like, yeah, mate, we just got to fucking search you anyway. And they fucking go through my pockets. And then they're like, fuck. I'm like, they didn't find the knives. I'm like, oh, like, fuck. And then he's, just one more fucking pat down. And oh, fuck. And that was probably the worst charge I ever got.
Yep.
Carrying knives in public.
Yep.
That stuck with me for fucking years. Until I did an armed robbery, but that's fine.
We've got so much to relate on.
He says until I did it.
So proper stepped it up and just fucking got the street cred into real cred.
Yeah. No, that was the armed robbery was a turning point. I talked about it in my pod as well.
Yep.
That was a turning point where I was like, I was already kind of fucking trying to fade my way out.
Yep.
But then I was in this point of pure desperation. Like I had nowhere to fucking live. If I didn't get some money, I was going to be on the streets. And I'm like, and then some fucking harder gangster cunts that I was hanging around, wanted to do an armed rob, and so I went, and I was the lookout. So I just stood at the door. One dude went in and robbed it. One dude was a getaway driver, and I was just a lookout.
I was the driver.
Hey?
I was the driver.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
The driver's the one that snitched on me.
Well, I didn't do that. It's the thing that kept me in fucking trouble because I wouldn't talk.
Yeah, that was actually a fucking shit flow-on effect. So the dude that went in, he ended up getting pinged years later because they found his DNA. So he'd done something else and they got his DNA and then they matched it.
Yeah.
And then he didn't talk at all. But he used the driver's nickname, which he thought was safe. He's like, oh, fucking, no one will know his fucking nickname.
Yeah.
But the cops were very well familiar with his nickname. So he said his nickname. They're like,
we know that, man.
And then they pulled him in, and that cunt hated me for other reasons because I fucking, can't even remember what it was. I think that's right. I got him sent to jail because we had this fucking falling out, and he came to my house when I wasn't there. And my girlfriend was inside and he fucking kicked the windows in and terrorised her, threatened to kill her and shit. And so I was like, I don't give a fuck about the code, cunt. You're going to fucking jail or I'm going to kill you.
Yep.
And so he hated me for that. So when he got pinged, even though we were fucking mates, we did the fucking armed rob together.
Yep.
But he still hadn't, obviously he hadn't forgiven me. So as soon as he got pinged, he was like, Harley did it. It was Harley's idea. It was all Harley.
How old were you then?
20.
Yeah.
So that one stuck with me for a decade. So I had to wait for my, so I had to do my sentence, which was 18 months fully suspended.
Yep.
And then I had to wait 10 years for my record to be expunged before I could travel overseas and rejoin the military and stuff. So I had a 10-year stint where I couldn't fucking do anything.
Oh, fucking, I'm consider myself lucky then. Mine was only 5 years, so. Far out. That's, how'd that go? So how old were you when you joined?
So funnily enough, I actually fucking joined after I did the armed robbery, I joined, and then I got charged. So I had a clean record when I joined, and fucking it was all good.
Yeah.
And then I got out, and I rejoined the reserves 2 years later. But I don't know if this will get me in trouble. So the series of events. So I did the armed robbery, got out of the game after that. I literally cut everyone away. I was like, fucking, no, that's it. I can't be involved in this anymore. I don't want this stress in my life. And then got out, got clean, joined the Navy, did 2 years. My missus died, which is why I got out. Shit. So I got out on a compassionate discharge.
Yep.
And then 2 years later, I was sort of straightened up because I fucking got addicted to drugs and stuff when I was trying to cope.
Yep.
And then 2 years later, so I got out of the Navy and got home, and that's when I got fucking charged with this crime.
Fucking hell,
but the court proceedings went for 2 years. In that 2 years, I joined the Army Reserve.
I went to rehab. You joined the reserves.
So before I got convicted, I joined the reserves. And then I got convicted after I joined the reserves. And because I was already in, they don't do another fucking criminal background check. So I was sitting pretty. And then I did 4 years of reserves, got out, and then I waited another 7 or 8 years before I rejoined again. And my record was expunged by the time I rejoined. So just funnily enough, all the times I joined, I didn't have a criminal record, even though it was fucking... There was a cloud over my head. And when I became an exercise physiologist, you can't have a criminal record to be an ex-phys. And the final year of uni, so I graduated in 2019, we had placements in 2018 where we had to work for Queensland Health.
Yep.
When they did criminal background checks, I did my background check and it came back that I had a record. I'm like, fuck.
Yep.
I'm fucked. I'm not going to be able to graduate. And then I called them and I said, oh, hey, fucking da-da-da, this is my name, this is my details, I've got a record. I'm just wondering when my record will be expunged, like how much more time? And they looked up and they go, oh, 1 more week.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
So I waited a week, got another criminal background check and it came back clean. Damn. And I got my fucking, my placement.
You're meant to be here, brother.
Yeah.
I'm fucking looking out for you, dude.
Yeah. Every speed bump that could have stopped you, you still made it,
bro.
Yeah, bro. I have been pretty fucking lucky in my life.
Man, but it's your resilience, bro. Is it so obviously that the armed rob thing, man. Had you had thoughts of joining the military before then? Were you already starting to look for an escape, or was that the wake up call that made you go, I need to do something with my life?
No, that wasn't the wake up call. Sorry, no, I didn't have any aspirations to join beforehand. I kind of felt trapped in that environment I was in. I didn't think the Navy would take me, and I didn't have any schooling.
Yeah.
So I hadn't graduated from grade 12. I didn't even fucking pass grade 10.
Yeah.
When I lived with Simon, his family ended up booting me out after grade 9. They moved into a new place and apparently there was no room but I think it was because me and Simon were fucking probably bad together. Yeah. We fed off each other.
Yeah.
Simon's a fucking legend of a human. Good fucking dude with a good heart.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were like, we thought we were fucking, little wannabe Tupacs and shit.
Yeah, bro.
I remember my fucking girlfriend, I read a journal after she passed away, and it said, even though he thinks he's a rough rider, he's the sweetest guy I've ever met.
Oh, fucking hell, bro. Fucking hell. It sounds such like me. I was a little weaker, bro. I wanted to be 50 Cent.
Yeah. So no, I didn't think I'd get in. So I was just trying to fucking make it on the streets. But then I met my missus, and that's when I fucking turned everything around. I went back to school, did grade 11, and then gave me the marks to join the Navy. So I joined the Navy when I was with her because I wanted a career, and I thought, fucking hell, what can I do as a piece of shit that has 0 qualifications to provide for her and be a good partner.
Yep.
So I thought the military was a good option, and that's when everything turned around. Basically, when I met my girl Alison, that's when my life did a full 180.
Yeah, man. Losing a missus at such a young age must have been tough, dude.
Yeah, that was fucked. Because, obviously my childhood was fucking tumultuous.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
When that wasn't a straw, it's more like a fucking giant log. But once that happened, I was fucking cooked.
Yeah.
And I stayed in the military. That happened on the 3rd day of me being in the Navy.
Fuck.
And I...
What?
Yeah.
3rd day, man. Fucking hell.
Yeah. So she died 3 days in. I didn't find out till the 7th day because nobody found her for 3 days.
Fuck.
And then they fucking sent me to Canada. Fucking all props to the Navy. They looked after me so fucking well. They really, really cared. And they put me on a plane that day.
Yep.
Went to Canada for the funeral, stayed there for a couple of weeks, came back. And I thought, all right, I'll stay. Because if I don't, all that I have on the outside is a street life.
Yep.
And if I have nothing out there, no money, no fucking nothing, I'll go back to the gangster life and I will fucking double down and...
I'm going to do it properly this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll drink myself to death or I'll die in a fucking gang fight. So I stayed.
Yeah.
And then I found out the Navy has a drug culture. And I'd never done drugs before.
Yeah, up until that point.
Never. Fuck. I'd seen it. I mentioned it before, but one of my friends, he lost his sister to a drug overdose. His sister died of a drug overdose when we were kids, and then I'd seen, just the fucking scumbags walking around, and you're like, fuck those cunts. Like, I don't want to be like that. So I never touched drugs, and probably good because I never went down that path. But then when I got to the Navy, and then I went to my fucking boss's house one day for a fucking party, and he's got a crack pipe on the table and a bag of fucking crystal meth. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then fucking next minute I'm doing fucking pingers and speed and coke and fucking meth every day. Fuck. And it was a party thing, right? Everyone's having the time of their fucking life, but I'm trying to fucking mask the pain I'm in.
Yep.
So I'm doing the drugs, I'm starting fights with friends, I'm punching on with everyone, I'm fucking broke my hand in a street fight and fucking, I just spiraled fucking hard.
Man, it must be heavier than anything. Like, look, I don't think the drug culture in the army really hit us until we got home. I know there was dibbling dabbling, but fuck, I was just an alcoholic in the army. Yeah,
it's definitely not as bad in the army. I know the Navy's probably the number one.
Yep.
But it's like heavy fucking drugs.
We used to doing it hard styles.
Yeah, we're doing fucking meth and pingers, whereas Army's pretty much exclusively coke, and then Air Force is cups of tea and biscuits.
Is that similar in the States, brother? Do you know is there much of a drug culture within the?
I actually got a deep ass story for you about that with the American Marines. Can I share it real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Yeah, I was going to ask you some questions soon. But
all right, check it out real quick. You mentioned the drug culture, all right? Back in 2003, right? You guys know I'm U.S. Marine Infantry, right? We had after we made it to Baghdad once Iraq started and whatnot. We got home, and just like you, all the military guys had some extra money because you're overseas, you can't spend it much, right? Had 2 Marines went down to Mexico to bring back, a lot of weed, right?
Weed,
right, just weed, right? But these are, active, Marines in my unit.
Yep.
2 other Marines were supposed to buy the weed, right? These motherfuckers killed the 2 Mexican Marines. Video recorded it. Then this is like 3 hours from the base. All right. So they killed them near Mexico. Right.
What for? So they kill all the witnesses?
No. It's because we just came back and they didn't turn off. You know what I'm saying? Didn't turn off. An easy hit, lick, robbery.
Yep.
Just felt like another ambush.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You know what I mean?
And on your own too, man. Fucking hell.
Yeah. But let me tell you the finishing part. All right? So they found, whatever, blood matter, everything in one city, right? San Diego. 3 hours later, the guys take the car with the bodies, set it on fire, burn it, record the shit again.
What the fuck?
You want to get caught.
Again.
Yeah. And then they posted it on YouTube.
No. This was 2003, so they couldn't do that yet. But, I mean, it was similar with that, whatever, forensic, CSI, everybody comes through that, hey, this happened in Mexico. These are Marines. Their remains are actually here 3 hours away near this Marine base. What's it? The U.S. NCIS.
Yep.
That's like our feds for the military.
Yep.
Bro, they're all in our rooms, searching everything. But the difference with them, I gotta admit, right? When you got a guy with just, shoulder holsters, you know what I mean? And you just came from your first tour or whatever, right? And coming in our barracks telling me, move, do this, do that. Like, bitch, I'll take your pistol now. You keep talking that bullshit to me, bro. I don't care if I'm 18, 19, 20. We practice all day on taking your pistol, bro. So you keep treating me like, but yeah, we all had an issue. Bumping heads with them trying to come. But yeah, they, like I said, you mentioned that drug culture, bro. I can't go higher than that. I got 2 Marines doing life in California for weed and killing 2 other Marines.
Fuck yeah, no.
Man.
Fucking Yanks, they're fucking wild, aren't they?
Oh, mate, so extra. They're so extra. What was life growing up in, you born and raised in Florida? Or?
Yes. I'm actually going to trip both of you motherfuckers out. All right? Watch this. I'm serious. All right? Before I joined the Marines, at 18, I was a fucking youth pastor.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. You haven't kept that shit in.
Now, let me
choir boy.
No. Wait. Okay.
You're a fucking choir boy.
Let me paint the picture for you, though, so you get it, all right? If you know anything about, like...
Presbyterian?
Nope. I'm that old school, bro. If you know anything about down south United States and...
Catholic?
the whole... Nope. They call it Pentecostal.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Now, for in the States, with black people, Pentecostal means like you're... Every rule, I can't wear an earring. I can't curse. Women can't wear...
Out on the streets with fucking signs and shit.
Right. And I mean, it's that old school, like say they don't have guitars or drum or anything. You in there clapping and stomping and shit. That's that that's what, you know what I mean? And so, yeah, my mother was like a fucking general, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hands on, forcing me to go, not just church on Sunday, fucking, choir rehearsal, usher rehearsal, youth day. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I would be in church actually with the Bible, but inside of that Bible, I would be reading a book about the Marines, the Feds, the Marshals, just anything cool as fuck to me.
Yep.
I don't know why, but gangsters in America, right? Be the hardest gangsters, killers, whatever, right? But you ask them who they don't want to fuck with.
Mom.
No. You're right. It's always mom. I give you that. But the biggest, hardest kept, whatever their rep is, whatever their background, whatever the paperwork says, they're all afraid of feds.
Feds.
Feds. You hear what I'm saying? When I realized that, damn, as big as they are and all the shit they did, actually, these motherfuckers still scared of the feds. What? You know what I'm saying? Like, they can be cool gangster everybody else, but let the feds come, boy. They running, hiding, ducking shit, you know, straightening up, speaking, you know, regular to the police, no FU, no, you know what I mean? Like, I seen motherfuckers just, you know, straighten up.
Yeah.
And that's when it hit me, man. Like, whatever the feds do or know, or specifically what SWAT teams do and know, it even made the motherfucking gangsters around me straighten up.
Yeah.
And you want to be one?
I guess. Yeah. Not from like a cop perspective, just
Operator.
the respect of when those 2 or 3 vans will come to get them for whatever, narcotic or anything else. As soon as those guys jumped out, and they're all black, bro, and they went into, you know, room clearing in those apartments and hidden and no, I don't care how gangster, like you said, in the States, whoever you call, good Bloods, Crips, all the big names, bro. They won't fuck with the feds. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they'll try, push it, talk it, and come down to it. That's why I was like, I got to learn what they know, right? So, past all the church stuff, I always loved SWAT. All right? Always. But with the church guy thing, right? Church boy thing, I was still into aggressive stuff. American football, American basketball.
But by the sounds of it, you didn't want to be at church, brother. You were there because you had to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, right? But how can you tell when you're at that age or in high school? How can you say, hey, that guy's going to be a great sapper? He's going to be a great lieutenant. He's going to be a great commander, great sniper, great grunt, great shipmate, ship cap. You can't really tell that with a high school guy. You know what I mean? I mean, some things, yes, like, hey, you raised your son and he can shoot very far, very good at a young, right? But I'm from the city. I'm near Disney World. I hated the fact that didn't grow up out in the woods. Didn't learn to camp. Didn't learn to shoot a gun until I got to Marine boot camp at 18. All that pissed me off horribly.
What was that like? Was it like Full Metal Jacket or what?
Yep. Yep. Okay, Marine boot camp. Once I decide, I'm sorry, I got to back up one step. I had full scholarships to university.
Oh yeah,
full, right? But every time I looked at military guys, I just couldn't not feel like I could prove myself and be with them. I had to prove to myself, like, I feel like I can do what they do. I feel like I belong with them, right? And so, yeah, I went through that. Mother wouldn't sign the Marine papers for me.
what? Tried to join at 17?
No, because I still would have had to graduate at 18. But if she would have signed at 17, at least every weekend, I could start working out with them and getting in shape for boot camp, right? Mother wouldn't sign. Cool. So I go double down on the college, getting ready, you know, working at Kmart after school, whatnot. But scholarships, the one scholarship I wanted, because I wanted to be a forensic scientist. I wanted to be in a crime lab, seem real. I wanted to examine like hairs, fibers, trace evidence, you know, to help or whatever. The school I really wanted to go to, though, they told me, even though I had these other scholarships, they said, because you're from out of state, we give scholarships to people from our state first. And so you got good grades, but we can't, you know, give it to our people first. You know, so they told me that. That's when I knew college is going to be pushed to the side or delayed, and then I'm going. But for me, it was all calculated, right? It was all, I knew what the Marines means on a resume, right? I knew that whether it's whatever back branch, if you take some kind of operational experience and then you combine it with a college degree in the States, you can go wherever you want. You know what I mean? I mean, if you come from either a cop background or military, but you have to add a degree. You got to have at least the most basic college degree.
Yeah.
And you can go federal, man. And that was that was my plan. That was the dream. So I joined Marines. We go through boot camp, parasailing, like you said, just like Full Metal Jacket.
I shook a golf ball.
Yeah. I show up in the middle of the night, getting that, in my face. Get the fuck off my bus.
Welcome to camp.
Yeah, all of that in my face. The whole 13 weeks about breaking you down
And building you back as a Marine.
right. And for me, it was more like breaking you down from that false sense of self that made you important, that you thought made you important. So, for instance, with me, or not me personally, but in the States, right? Obviously, everybody thinking they're hip hop. They got necklaces, they got jewelry, they got the certain that is what makes some people, right? So if you take that shit off them, though, or take it away from them, they're nothing. They don't know how to react without having something name brand or everything that they use to identify them as being cool, dope, whatever. Take that shit away. Take that shit away from them and see who you are when you stand there naked. Right? Just you, your mind, your skills. Who the fuck are you then? Right? And that's what I loved about the whole, the boot camp process. You strip away all that bullshit that you thought made you a bad motherfucker, and now prove to me you are what you say you think you are. So yeah, got through boot camp. I specifically chose the infantry, all right, because it's like SWAT teams, right? I had to be a SWAT operator, man. Got to be in and out,
Wanted that skill set.
Right. With us, I actually wanted to be one of our special operators. All right, we call them Marine Force Recon or the Marine Raiders. Right. I actually really badly wanted to roll with them.
Yep.
Really badly, like lifelong dream. I took the test for them. Right. I did all aspects well until we got to the swimming pool phase, right? So I've been through the whole, keep swimming however many 1,500 meters or however many laps.
He grew up on the beach too, so he could swim.
And then, they say, hey, go dive down and get a 10-pound brick. Okay, cool, bring that up. But then they had a 30-minute session for wading in the pool. And you couldn't be near the edges. They wanted all of us in the center of the pool waiting. The guy beside me started going down, fucking grabs me with him, takes me down with him. I failed the fucking course.
And you're not bitter about it.
No, not at all, bro. It's the same amount of aggression every time I've heard it. I was like, I hope he never runs into this dude.
I'm not bullshitting. He was higher ranked than me, all right?
And he's the best man at your wedding?
He wishes, man. We go back to the locker room after he made me fail. And he's 3 ranks ahead of me now, right? Oh, I took everything in me. I want to beat his ass so bad. Because I had never failed or not made a team that I, attempted, whether sports, whatever. I'll bust my ass to get it, learn it, prepare, whatever. I failed for the first time. I thought my whole life was over. I thought the Marines wouldn't want me. I'm useless, bro. So then what happens is if you don't make that, special ops type of, like, you just cycle back to being a regular infantry grunt, right? Which is still cool to me because I still get to learn my SWAT shit.
Fucking nice.
You know what I mean? So, do boot camp. We go through what we call School of Infantry. For grunts, I purposely chose to be.
Yeah, that was like when you flew in with the big tower.
No, that's flying into California.
Roger.
Yeah. So shit, I did boot camp at Parris Island, Full Metal Jacket. That's in the swamp. That's a no bullshit island, surrounded by crocs, and if you want to get out, you want to escape. You better survive all of that shit. You know what I mean? And then infantry school was like forced. You know what I mean? And then we should have been stationed on the East Coast We have Marine divisions, one on the east, one on the west, right? We all should have been right there in North Carolina on the East Coast. But because Iraq was building up, they started sending full classes of grunts from the east to the west.
What year was it?
02. So I'm excited. They're like, yeah, you going to California. Cool, baby, I'm from Florida. I'm 18. I just came a Marine. I'm about to go to California. What the fuck? And then I get to California and they're like, nah, you're not going to be staying here in this part of California. You're going to the desert. way over there, right? So again, I go from the swamp training to the forest training to now desert training. And that's my permanent station. I'm now a desert warfare motherfucker, right? That's all I, always specialize in.
That's good for Afghan and Iraq, I guess.
Tell me about it, right? So yeah, eventually every unit that needed to go to Iraq or Afghanistan would have to come through our base in Southern California. It's called the Mojave Desert. Our base out there is about 900 square miles. They call it the Marine Corps Air Ground Combat Center. All right. That is one of the few places that we are able to all practice together for a war. Right. It's big enough. Team, yeah. There you go. You can bring the planes, everybody, artillery, the grunts, you know what I mean? You bring the whole right there. Right. So, I hit the main Marines. I go through my first 2-week op of training in the desert, two weeks straight. Yep. And then after that, we get word we're going to Iraq. And then that's it.
How long was it in between those 2 weeks to fucking go into Iraq?
Not long, man. I mean, mind you, all of this for me is I joined in June of 02. Yep. By January 03, I left the country to go to Kuwait. So I'm 18 years old. I'm 18. I become a Marine, become a rifleman.
6 months and you're already in country.
Fuck it, man. And I've heard less of it. Some of the dudes we've interviewed over in the States, man, it's like 6 weeks of training and then you're deploying into a war zone. Well, that's like conscription shit.
Yeah. Before we get too far away from it, is there 2 questions. One, did you have any fucking Gomer piles that you fucking put some soap in your pillowcases and flogged them?
You did see Full Metal Jacket. Holy shit.
I joined the Navy, bro. Fucking everyone was showing me that movie before I left. But seriously, fucking from back in those days when there was all of that hard training, our military has softened up so much. Like you can't even fucking swear at anybody anymore.
Really?
Yeah. Like it's proper soft. They have to explain at the start of fucking boot camp, recruit school that there's a difference between hard training and abuse so that people don't get mistaken with
right.
But they like I've got mates that are section commanders, so they're the ones that run, like the recruit instructors. Huh. And they've been reprimanded, charged, kicked out because they're too hard, right? So they swear too much or they threaten people or, if you fucking...
Making a bunch of strong fighters there, aren't we?
Yeah. So it's getting very, very soft. Would you say that the American culture has followed suit?
Yes, man.
And I love it.
Yeah, I didn't know that you were going through the same exact thing because that's it's like they're trying to remove all aggression from us. I mean, if you forgot,
war fighters, but we're the make them soft as fuck. Yeah.
I mean, that is opposite for me because I joined the Marines because I had bad customer service skills. You get it? That's why I joined.
Bad bedside manner, yeah.
Hey, because think about it. That's the military is that place where, hey, if they don't smile too much, if they're not too happy-go-lucky, it's okay. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, he's a military guy. He's quiet. He doesn't smile. You know what I mean? He don't smile much. I kind of knew that growing up, and then I knew customer service-wise, right? When I come to a customer and they ask me for whatever it is they ask me for, and I don't have it, for me, that's when the issue starts. Because think about it, when I say, no, ma'am, I don't have this, or I don't know where it's at. From then on, it's like I'm on the defensive, right? For real. Because she's like, damn, what do you mean you don't have everything? Basically, to me, was, you know, when you don't have what a customer wants. And I'm not the one to sit there taking all that berating, all that degrading, all that, you know. So that's what I knew. I knew that, you know, I needed to do military. And all, but like you just said, man, the whole, I don't know, where do you draw the fine line between political correctness and aggression that's needed to save or defend? I don't.
In my opinion,
I don't.
There's no place for fucking DEI and equity and diversity in fucking military. You're creating war fighters. You need to make them as tough and fucking resilient as humanly possible. Bring steroids in.
Fucking hope. And then you got super soldiers, motherfucker. Pick all the crazy fucking delinquents, pump them full of juice, put them in a fucking unit together and send them off to do bad shit.
Yeah. No, it is a fine line, bro. It's, you know, how do you not psychologically damage someone, but also create a fucking strong warrior? So, yeah, it is a fine line, but I think we've gone way too far.
We've done it the opposite way, in my opinion, bro. It should be putting them through all that shit and then working out how to reintegrate them. That's where I see it.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem is the reintegration.
Yep.
Like, I've got plenty of dudes that have been on this pod that are from the old school, and they used to get punched in the fucking head. Like, fucking, they're last in the line and they just get fucking clocked for it. It's like, but I don't think that damaged them. I think the only thing that hurts them is the fact that they were made into a soldier, but they weren't remade back into a civilian.
100%, and what's the average age of us joining? What's it, 18 to 20?
19,
yeah. So you're young, we're still in those formative years. What, the male brain doesn't fully develop until 25?
That's it. That is your formative years. If you get in at 17 and you get out at 27, you are a fucking soldier.
That's it.
You're nothing more than a soldier.
That's all you know.
Yeah.
Can I say something about that part, right, real quick?
No.
That's why I love him, bro. That's why I love you. That's why I love Harley, bro. I told you he's a bad motherfucker, man. I told you that, man. I got the word incomplete tattooed on my heart around 17, 18, or around, like you just said, 18, 19, 20. Because something in me hit that whatever the rest of the world is learning about love, happiness, friendship, or being at university from 18 to 22, I just happen to be a part of that one of the organizations in the world that were teaching, you know, hate and violence from 18 to 20. You get what I mean? So just personally, I got incomplete because I knew that with all this, you know, the grunt shit and what they had us on, I knew everybody else's hearts got, you know, had more, whatever, love, compassion, all this shit. So I knew, man, whatever, even just a university student, whatever they learn from 18 to 22 as far as, hey, meeting other people, being away from home, boy, it was a flip for
Acceptance
us.
and
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
All that sort of, there you go.
All that shit.
Those things that you learn, we skipped all of that shit. We were learning and being paid for anger, violence, and hatred.
And it was rewarded.
That's the nature of the business.
The fucking harder and fucking scarier you were, the more respected you were. Everyone wanted to be a fucking hard cut.
Yeah. Now that fucking bedside manner thing is funny. The customer service skills. When I became an exercise physiologist, right? Which is like a
about to fucking ask.
It's a white collar role. I'm a fucking health professional. When I fucking graduated, I'm like, I'll never survive in this fucking job.
You're gonna be nice to people.
Yeah. The only people I can work with from here on out are fucking veterans or current serving members. So I started my own business and worked as a private practice with my own business for about 18 months. And then I got offered a job at Mates with veterans, and I was like, perfect.
Fucking slotted
from
right
there
in.
I worked, then I went back to the military. But yeah, fucking, I can't talk to fucking people in a hospital or something.
Fuck, I used to have to take my ex-wife to those appointments with the fucking specialists when I get like the neurosurgeon. I was like, you need to come, because as soon as they talk to me, I want to fucking hit them. They don't talk to me with any compassion. They've got no fucking feeling. Just, you need to come and handle this issue because they're not going to help me because I'm going to lose my shit. Fucking hell.
Fuck. So when did you first deploy? No. You went to Malaysia and then.
Yeah, so RCB 82, bro. But no, man, I just had that whirlwind one. It was, we're up playing MRE for MTRF4. Went down to Adelaide for me fucking JLC promotion course, man. Fucking, that's when I found drugs. We ended up in Hindley Street, bro, with a couple of the fucking engineers from up north.
Where were you based at?
I don't even remember. It's a reserve unit, a reserve base down there because it had no.
Where was your?
Oh, 2CR, bro. I got posted to 2CR.
Why the fuck did you do JLC in Adelaide?
Because all the other courses had already filled up. The boys, half the boys did them here with 6RAR on base, man. Because I remember the boys bringing over boxes of Mars bars. They'd have a Mars fucking fight. I spent a day scrubbing Mars imprints and wrappers off the fucking walls, man. Because we were literally, as you go down Lloyd Street, we were across the road from the servo. That was the lines, the old fucking Clooney's Ross Court, mate. That joint has some stories, man. Like, fuck. Because we were the central point. So all the couples that lived North Brizzy coming to our place. All the boys lived on base coming to our place. We were the $20 fucking cab ride into the city. It was fucking what the amount of times I woke up in that place, man. And there was just fucking dudes I'd never met in my life, fucking naked on the floor in the fucking lounge room. You're like, what the fuck is happening here, man? I don't even know you, dude, but I'm going to think, because my thing was, my two housemates, I was the cleaner. So I'd wake up, didn't matter, we went out till fucking 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I'd get home and I'd clean the place, you got fucking 5,000 stubbies, shit everywhere and everything. But the one good thing was I'd get to go around and rob everyone's pockets. It's like, there's a fee for this shit. We'd empty it out because we always used to host we'd have an Australia Day party at the back when the Oval was still there and everything. So and then all the boys would come in and we'd have the big cricket match and everything. It'd be from in the morning. But all of that money we used to go in and it used to get thrown under my bed. So I think we'd have there'd be $1,200 by 12 months of just coins and shit everywhere, man. And then we'd pay for it. We'd put on jelly shots, buy all the barbecue shit, whatever else we needed to get. But yeah, man, that was man.
I was the JLC in Adelaide, got fucked up.
Yeah, bro. It was really like that was down there. Like we hadn't fucking played with that. But the first night we were in Hindley Street at the Red Square, and we end up in the VIP booth with a bunch of bikies. And it's just free piss for free drugs. We're like, holy shit. I'm like, this is wild, man. I remember going in like it was one of the nights because the Red Square didn't shut. It was open thing. They'd shut for 2 hours to clean, but they had a day bar downstairs before you could go back up there. We're in there with this music teacher. She was a piano teacher, Cootsy, one of the other fucking engineers. He was on the tune with her all night, man, and I was just Becky and raving, just I was just I was not interested, mate. When I started taking drugs, the females were not I didn't care. I just wanted to go hard, I wanted to party. We ended up back at her place, man. I'm fucking in this dress. I got this fucking Michael Jackson fucking talkie, green and blue and fucking colourful thing with zips. I've got this fucking beanies, like the Scottish fucking hat with the red hair down the back, and I've got a pair of her fucking black tight things on there, and we're skipping down to the bottle shop at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'd been awake since Friday morning by this stage. We kick it off, man, and then I had to go back and put my fucking section on parade and Sunday afternoon to fucking do me drill assessment the next day, man. Oh, mate, that was wild. I still remember I rocked up to our law 30 minutes late, so I was AWOL for our law test. They're like, you're fucked, Tommo, you're fucked. And I'm sitting there going, I must have just been fucking cooked out of my brain. I just had too big of it. Where is everyone? And I'm like, oh, fuck. So I've got down there. Nothing ended up happening, mate. There was 36 of us. 5 of us passed of it, and I was one of it. I rocked up half an hour late to it. So I managed to get out of that shit, bro, and that was still my favourite because I got to be the parade commander and march the guys on, and our CO was the inspecting CO to come down for it. So that was pretty cool, man. But it went down. We did there, and then obviously we're up at high range and shit doing all our pre-deployment stuff, man. Then we had to go back down to Woomera. And yeah, man, I was with 6RAR and deployed on MTF1 as a high researcher, obviously, with us boys. And Yeah, well, fucking anyone that knows MTF1, like I think up until we got there, we'd lost 9 dudes in 9 years, and then we hit the valleys, man. Like I didn't know I was patrolling. I didn't know that I was fucking patrolling on foot until we'd landed in our Minhad. Everything that we'd done for all our pre-deployment training was out the back of a vehicle.
Oh, yeah.
We fly into fucking our Minhad, and it's like, oh yeah, fucking, we're changing it up, boys. Usually we're not working out of TK now. You're going to go live the Afghanis out at the bases in the valleys and patrol out of there on foot. Fucking righto. This is what we're doing, I suppose. That first month, man, was difficult because obviously we hadn't really gelled. Mate, we weren't even fucking training with the grunts or the fucking JTACs that we're actually deploying with. Like we're in the same company, but we weren't actually set up by that point yet. So it was still trial and error, definitely that first month, bro. Definitely fucking trial and error. So up until that point, we'd been reconstruction side of, and then they started to go into the mentoring side of things. I think the guys before us had actually gone out and started to set these bases up and everything, but weren't actually patrolling with the Afghanis. Just sort of setting up bases, and that's from my understanding. I could be wrong, but that was my understanding of what was going on. But we were the first guys to actually go out there and spend a whole trip in the valleys, working, mentoring the Afghanis, man.
Yeah. That would have been fun. Fucking drug addicted. Fucking.
Mate, it was fucking
Were they taking opium and weed and fucking
everything, bro? They had all the goods, bro. They had all the good shit. But I won't lie, there's a couple of those days I was like, I need to go hang out with these fuckers and get a release, man. But like to the point where you're walking out the front gate, bro, I've probably got video footage of fucking Hamo and Dow's nearly getting taken out. One of them's just like M16 swinging it right up the side for bro. But man, we like with everything that happened after it, man, we were so fucking lucky. We were very, very lucky, man. We did the green on blue shit because we didn't like us engineers gelled well with their engineers because it was a small cohort, just like we. And those guys were genuinely pretty fucking good. The infantry guys, on the other hand, were just, they didn't want to be there, man. Like Thursday nights and shit, man. If you're doing, because they did the guard when we were out at a teak, where I spent most of my time. They'd have the guard towers for us on top of the hill, man. If you weren't making noise, you were walking in there and fucking sucking each other off, doing each other up the bum, man. It was fucking wild, man. But I think we tried to start off with to like really sort of integrate that shit, but it was too fucking dangerous.
too culturally different.
Yeah.
I've had dudes on here saying fucking they've been up in like a guard tower, you know, fucking out this way, but the whole fucking time they're just like this, just staring at the fucking Afghan soldier that's with them, fucking making sure they can't shoot him in the back.
Fuck, right.
Yeah, man, it was. We were pretty good with our thing, but when we moved out to Muzazai to build the base out there in between Atik and Wali, we'd done the build, everything set up, and then Jed had come in, our platoon sergeant had come in, and he's hit me and a couple of boys up, and they're like, I need you to build doors for the Habs. Fuck, we haven't had doors on this shit the whole time we've been in. What do you want doors on there? They were doing a Kandak change, and the guys coming up were doing the Kandak change. If it had actually been in rolling grenades into the Americans overnight into the Habs. Yeah. So we needed things. He wanted us to be able to lock it from the inside, not from the outside. Lock the doors from the inside. So when we were shut up at night, we couldn't get it, man. But we had a couple of incidents, bro, and fuck, Anzac Day, man. Fucking first time we've got beers, and I was mates with the cook.
Real beer, not near beer?
No, real beer, mate.
Damn! Damn!
Yeah, we were supposed to have a ration of like a shot of rum for breakfast on Anzac Day, and then it was supposed to be, I think, 2 VBs each.
Warm.
No, mate, not in my fucking kitchen, they were. No, mate, that was my thing over there. Like a lot of the boys, I got into training and stuff towards the end, but I killed my time making friends with the cooks. I love being in the kitchen.
Oh, nice.
Helping out there. And I just remember that I was pretty sure Gilly was the cook at the time. And like it's getting unloaded and we're doing the fucking mass. I'm like, man, there's an extra block here. There's an extra block of fucking piss here. That's more than 2 beers here. G cuts a fuck. Whoop! That's going to the engineers. So we're sitting there, man, and I got the video on that. You see it, man. We're fucking using aluminum rounds and we're fucking sculling out a half 81 with fucking aluminum mortar rounds and shit like this. Anyways, we're down, and it just so happened it was a Thursday. So we're down near the volleyball net and all the fucking Afghans around holding hands and anything. But I'd bought a goat on patrol the previous day. I was trying to buy the fucking the bejeweled up fucking AKs off the AMP. Like they put all their fucking, like the higher ranking you were, like the more jewels your fucking weapon had on it. And I got a fucking stack of American dollars in there. It was our first IED actually. We'd been walked onto it. They'd targeted in the police commander's house. So waiting for EOD like fucking usual. Fuckers. But we're sitting there, so just fucking me being me. I don't know, fuck, I tried talking to them. And they're like, no, we can't give you these AKs. I'm like, fucking damn it. So what am I going to buy? I was like, oh, got baby goats here. I'll buy one of these. I'm like, this thing's cute. We'll take it back as a mascot. Conan. Fucking what a legend that thing was. But my interpreter had to end up carrying this fucking goat 9Ks, man, on the patrol back. Like, I wasn't searching on the way back, but it wouldn't walk with me. So our interpreter actually carried the goat back to base. And we've gotten back there, and I didn't expect it. I just expected it to be a fucker. I spent $60 on the $60 on this goat. It was just going to be a bit of a fucking funny thing. I wasn't expecting the CSM to say, oh, no, it was building fucking morale and people are getting into it. But yeah, he's gone up. Anyways, we're sitting out there and all the Afghans on Anzac Day down there and they're telling me, you're a goat. I'm fucking going to eat it. I'm like, fucking 5. I think I'm about 5 VBs in. Bit of rum in the morning. About 5 VBs in the desert after 4 months not drinking. I didn't have my rifle with me, but I just had the 9mm stuck down the back of the fucking board shorts. And I'm sitting there and I don't know what, man. This one fucker, like I'm telling him, like, okay, it's all fun and games now, but now I'm getting angry. Like, it's not a joke. I know you cunts are fucking serious. You're going to eat this cunt. Like, I've paid for this, my goat. I'm trying to tell the interpreter, I'm like, you need to tell these dudes, like, fun's over. I'm getting angry now. And they fucking go on, and the dude sitting next to me, he's like thinking, and I was like, you tell him, like, this stops now. The next dude to do it is going to get it. Man. That's what happens when you want to be a wigger, mate. You got the fucking 9mm tucked down the back of the shorts. Old mate beside the interpreter fucking does that. So the 9mm comes out straight to the fucking point of the head. Boom! I've got him point blank. Next thing you know, man, I got fucking two of the boys dragging me back up the fucking hab. I'm like, fuck. I got locked up in the fucking hab for the rest of that night. But like that was like we're talking about with the blue and green. I'm like, fuck. Like how quickly shit could have gone very fucking sideways very quickly. Like, we hadn't experienced any of that shit yet, so it probably wasn't on our mindset as well. But, man, you know, I understand why they don't fucking give us alcohol all the time in a war zone, bro.
One beer max.
Yeah, fucking...
Damn that. Can I add, right, just real quick, because personally... I didn't get introduced to the miracle of what marijuana can do for a war veteran till I was 27. Till I was 27. 27. You feel me? It was way after the game. Until people told me, hey, this shit helps, right? But damn, what you just said about the blue on green. You can't prepare for that shit.
You see it? You see it?
Not personally at my base, but always you hear what's happening, you know.
When was your first time in country?
I was there for the very first day of Iraq. Very, very first day. I turned 19 the month before in Kuwait. And I remember the night before we went into Iraq, I remember 10 hours of bombing, 10 hours consecutive of bombing at the border to make sure that, you know.
No one there to greet you.
Damn right. And I gotta admit, as a 19-year-old hearing that, you know, I only knew fireworks, you know what I mean? So to keep hearing that, boom, 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 and to know that, okay, men are passing away, right? But these are the motherfuckers who wanted to murder me too. They wanted to get rid of me too. So it came into that realization, right? Of like,
This is real.
this is real. I'd rather it be happening to the enemy than me. You know what I mean? But yeah, we crossed the border in 03, and I never knew what city, village, or town we were in, being in the back of the armored, carriers. Right? It's just they open the door, we're somewhere else, figure out where the bullets are coming from, and maneuver around that. You know what I mean? So I don't know how many times I was woken up, click, rings down, get out, and from there. But kept doing that all the way till we got to Baghdad, man.
Right.
And no one told us for sure that we were going to be the American Marine unit or infantry unit to go the furthest. Nobody told us that shit.
How many in your?
About 1,200.
1,200.
1,200.
Fuck yeah, no.
1,200.
I think we got fucking 1,200 infantry in the whole army.
Our entire battle group was fucking 1,600.
Well, shit. If you can picture then, right? Picture a convoy. Each convoy about fucking, 200, 300 men, right? Each convoy's got 3 or 4 helicopters around them. They got 2 or 3 tanks in front, 2 or 3 tanks in back, 2 or 3 tanks on the side. You know what I'm saying?
1 unit just takes out a whole defense force.
Yeah, 100%.
The main reason I respect, love, and appreciate veterans so much, man, is because the things we do and that was able to see, you will only see in a movie. You know what I mean? So personally, that's why I feel like all veterans are rock stars, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Because no one does what you do unless they are on a military base or in a foreign country. Now, actors can try to portray you, right? Actors want to act like who you are. You know what I mean? But the truth is, it's you that's shit, right? They're acting like you. They aren't you, can't do what you do, right? So that's why I appreciate what all veterans do, all branches, because to me, man, fucking rock stars, bro. You
joined in 2003 or you went to Iraq in 2003?
I joined in 2002, in June of 2002.
So you were 18?
Mm-hmm. And
so
then...
you were 17 when 9/11 happened?
Yep.
What was the vibe like in...
I actually happened to be in school when it happened, man. I was in class, the first plane hit, all the teachers in every classroom were turning on the TV, all schooling stopped, every classroom, and I had like 4,000 kids at my school. Everyone was glued and locked in on what was taking place.
Were you worried that it was going to fucking roll out to other parts, including where you were?
I was so dumbfounded and in awe of everything that was happening that
Surreal.
I couldn't grasp, like, it might be anywhere to me at 17, 18. You know how we all are. Certain things like shake your foundational of whatever you thought was normal or whatever. You know what I mean?
Was that one of the influencing factors that made you want to join?
Nope.
No.
Gotta admit that part, right? I've wanted to be a manhunter since I told you I was in church reading damn books about in the States, the U.S. Marshals are our #1 fugitive hunters. Mm-hmm. Right? I don't know why, but I just clicked with them.
Yeah.
Right? Even so much before I went to the Marines, I went down to the courthouse to talk to them. And I was like, hey, if I want to do what you do, should I go to college first or go to the Marines? And they were like, maybe the Marines first. And I listened to them. These were already federal agents. Yep. You know what I mean? Right? Or whatever. So, yeah, that's where it was for me. But
was there a whole bunch of that fucking... Because you were real fucking close to 9/11.
Fucking oath, bro.
Yeah. So was there a whole bunch of like, let's get these motherfuckers?
Yes. Everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everywhere. And but still at that point, I wasn't even a senior in high school yet. So my mind on exactly where I wanted to be or fall in, well, I'm really sure.
No, I mean when you were fucking crossing the border in Iraq.
Oh, that's a different story. I was ready. Yeah, I was ready to put in work then. You know what I mean? It's like I came to prove, I wanted to be a useful employee, like right? I wanted to be an asset, like anyone else, right? But yeah. So we do that first tour in Iraq. Too much and too fast to remember it all, or to give, because that was my biggest problem years later when I started having flashbacks. I would have to stop, like, damn, what am I remembering right now? Is that my first time, second time, or third time? What year is that? How old was I? What city were we? Like, you know what I mean? I can't just be like, oh, you remember that time a car blew up? Well, fuck, that happened in like 40 different places. and what year and how old was I? You know what I mean? But but so the first one, I knew nothing tactically. I feel like I could have and should have been put down. I didn't know enough to do it right. But you had no choice. You got to learn on the fly. And we're not SWAT teams. SWAT teams, in my opinion, hit 1 or 2 houses and they're out. And SWAT goes home at night. To me, that whole mindset of, no, we hit whole cities, villages, towns. Shit, I searched Baghdad University with them, right? And that's shit. Every classroom, you don't know who has an AK. Every doorway, bathroom, dorm, college room. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, what SWAT does or what most, cops, they don't know that continual like we do, bro. They don't know, hey, you get off work, but you're still in the country. You get me? Or they don't, you know what I mean? They don't. So, once I got to that part and came to understand that, right, then the first one was over. And I was so relieved. I was like, cool, I will never have that 24-hour pressure on me for months and months and months at a time not to get killed.
How long was that first deployment? I keep forgetting to ask you. You were 12 months, wasn't it?
Nope. No. The first one, right? We didn't know. Because we ended up being the first grunt unit to get to Baghdad and to pull Saddam's statue down, we were awarded the presidential unit citation, right? And for that, the president awarded us to go home first.
Fuck yeah. So
it was actually short as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we left the States in January.
Yeah.
The war didn't start till March. By like June, we were home.
Yeah.
Can you believe that shit?
Fucking.
Like, we found out, everyone always says the first 21 days or 3 weeks, right? We were on the hit, just moving, like I told you already. But then once that first one was over, man, it was like, it's like, okay, the Marines are done as far as going to be the first ones to fight. Now, once you hit everything hot, now the Army will come in and police it and be there.
So what's the difference between Army and Marine infantry?
Personally, there's a whole different culture between the Army and the Marines.
What's the job difference there?
Well, I won't say there's a job difference, right? Because we're both trying to eliminate the enemy, right? And create peace somewhere.
Both grunts.
Right. It's just
But you're better.
little nuance. No. I won't even get into better, bro. I'm not. How do I say it? I'm not one of those guys who gets into the branches too much.
Stuff,
No, but because I know bullshit have been saved or helped or fed or something by every branch, bro. I mean, like the Air Force dropped bombs, saved my life. The Navy was my medics. You know what I mean? They stayed with the grunts. Everyone, the Army helped me in a 14-hour gunfight.
The engineers getting you across that bridge. Fucking
exactly.
Forget the engineers.
Exactly.
Don't forget me. Cook's fed you.
Can I tell you that part, Harley? That's the strange part. Since I've been 19, there's a picture of me in a book called The War in Iraq, of us crossing the bridge to get into Iraq. But there's a dead Iraqi laying right beside me. And not just any, He had on a suit jacket, a blazer, then a shirt underneath. I'm sorry, a shirt underneath. Then underneath the shirt was the package, right? The explosive, right? He had a bandolier on under all of that. Luckily, one of our snipers had been watching him, and they told us to start watching people that are, reaching or scratching or trying to get to that detonator. So somehow, some way, since I was 19, I'm in a book with a deceased Iraqi right beside me. And now my oldest daughter's 16, so you can see that shit. You know what I mean?
Is there photos of you pulling down the statue as well?
Like when that was happening, those were the tankers, because they had to have the strong shit to pull it.
Oh, yeah.
As just a grunt, I was on, some posted some crowd control somewhere, right? With 20,000 Iraqis singing and screaming at me. Go home, East our home. Go home,
really?
East our home. 20,000. And you want to know what made it worse? They were mooning us, bro. They were pulling down their pants, showing us their ass. No bullshit. Showing us their ass, mooning. Go home, East our home. I will never forget that. I ain't never had 20,000 people around me telling me to go home. I was like, hell yeah, I go home. I ain't had a woman and, I had good food, air conditioning, woman. I go home. You keep telling me this.
They told me twice.
Yeah.
Damn right. Yeah. But just quickly then, the second time, I get sent to Hawaii for a week. First for an Arabic translation conference, all right? And then after that, we get sent to Japan. We're supposed to be in Japan about 8, 9, 10 months, just learning Japanese culture, snorkeling, diving. The way that they tell everybody is, they tell everybody none of the American units are being sent back that fast. They're all home for a year or this or that. That shit didn't ever happen with us. Because we were the ones who put on a statue, from then on, we were looked at different. You know what I mean?
You had done the first push, so you were looking to you for all the experience, I suppose, weren't they?
I guess, but I didn't know that, right? Because on my base, there were like 4 or 5 infantry grunt battalions, man. Each one with like 1,200 men. We all think we're the same. There's nothing special. We all, this is what we do, right? So, like I said, when we're in Japan, fuck that. The Army can't handle things over there. Y'all need to go back. Cancel in Japan. Get your ass back over there. Bet. Cool. That pressure of not dying 24/7, I guess that shit's coming back. Right? And, so it did. At deployment, the Blackwater contractors were murdered in Fallujah. They were, had their bodies hung on a bridge. They were hung to trucks and had their bodies drug them down the streets. They were set on fire, all of that. I was a part of the hit on Fallujah right after they were fucking murdered. I was not in Fallujah at the time. We were 3 hours away closer to the Syrian border. We hadn't even heard of Fallujah. I hadn't personally. I didn't know what was going on. I hadn't even really heard of Fallujah shit at all. But then slowly, I started hearing guys getting letters from home like, you aren't in Fallujah, are you? You're getting phone calls. You're not in Fallujah. Fallujah? Really? And then we find out why Fallujah is so, right? But then after that, we get the word. You got 20 minutes. We're leaving. It's a 3-hour ride. Get your shit. Don't bring any electronics. No CD players, no nothing. We're going down there to get it again. Whatever you thought we were during this tour, you thought it was policing, no engagement, fuck that, that's out the window. And I have to make the difference, make sure it's known. There were 2 battles in Fallujah, all right? Some don't know, some do know. Those that were there, obviously we know, right? Yeah. That first hit was right after the Blackwater guys were murdered, right? We went in there, we start clearing street by street, house by house. Then we get told to stop, right? Now, personally, yeah, I didn't know however many hundred thousands were in the city. I just know as a grunt, room by room, I'm coming to get you. You know what I mean? But they stopped us because there was an Iraqi civilian hospital in Fallujah that was constantly showing civilians being brought in from, if you want to call it collateral damage or, you know what I mean? So we got the order to stop. Can't advance. Cool. Every street we cleared and got that far, we turned around and walked the fuck back out. Don't matter what friend died here, fought there, whatever we scrapped to get.
Just give
we
back.
Turned around and walked back to the highway, however many miles, got back on the trucks, and we're told, that's it. Whoever you lost out there, sit. That's it. All right. So then, like I said, though, that was April. The really big battle that everyone knows about Fallujah, that was November. So you see the difference? Like, we there in April, and we started in Japan.
Yeah.
But by the time that Fallujah battle hit, we'd already been gone like a year. So it's finally time to go home.
Yep.
Right? I mean, I hadn't seen my mother in over a year. Shit. But then they get word that we're going a third fucking time, Harley. You believe that shit? We get home around, let's say, July 04, right? We're told, just like everyone else in the States, you can get a 1 year, whatever, to be stateside, relax, whatever. Come home in July. We're about to go on Christmas break in December of 04, right before, January 05.
It's been about 4 months. 5 months.
And right before we were all leaving to go home for Christmas, they say, fuck that. We're leaving January 9th. Third tour. So you go home and you come back and we're going to work, right? Now for us, this was different because normally we came home and then partied, right? Because we didn't really know we were going, right? This one was different. This one, it was the first time that I went to see my family before I was about to go over there. Before it was all celebratory, you know what I mean? I'm coming home, welcome, right? This time, no, it was like, all right, this might be the last one.
Yeah.
I mean, this might be the last family dinner type of thing. You know what I mean? And then you guys always heard, third time's a charm. Third time's it, right? So every day I got that in my head. Like, I'm going to get hit this one. This third one. You got IEDs everywhere. You snipers everywhere, right? Cities like Ramadi going down. Okay, I'm a grunt. I asked for it. Third time I asked for it. This is what I had to come to that realization, right? Of like, if you sign up for something and this is what's required for that job, then you better get on your shit and do that job and do what's required. Because that's the way the military is, right? And so, hey, okay, I got that idea. Bam. They're requiring us to go 3 times. Fuck it, I'm in it. But I did have buddies. They heard we're going that third time. Fuck that. AWOL. Didn't come back home. Didn't come back to base. Yeah. Went for Christmas and didn't fuck that. I knew a guy who paid $15K to have his wedding during Christmas break. When they tell him we're leaving before that wedding, imagine how fucking pissed he was, right? He had everything laid out for months. Then suddenly they say, nah, we're going to leave about 3 days before your ceremony. There's nothing else to do but swallow it though, right? Yeah. But what else? I mean, I won't admit too, I had a problem when I would come home and I would see other men in the country. I had a real problem because I kept feeling like, okay, I'm only 5'8", I'm a little guy. We got all these professional athletes, actors, all these men bigger than me can do that. Why am I going 3 times? don't they live in this country with me? Like, hey, bro, you're 6'5", 250 pounds. Do you know how easy it is for you to do what I do? Like, we can put all the weight on you. We can put 5 million rounds on you and it won't faze you. So I don't know if it happened to you guys at all, anytime in your life, but I had a problem to where I was judging the man like, fucking pussy, why ain't you helping me?
Especially if that's high
Fucking pussy,
tempo,
why ain't you out here with me, man? Why I gotta keep doing 2-3 times? Cause all of y'all big, y'all won't come do it. Cool, I understand. It's a choice, right? We're not conscripts. But it just kept weighing on me like, I thought our military was so big. The fuck do I keep getting hit 3 times in a row? I mean, whatever. It's weird. I'm cool. But you can't tell me that, like, fucking the Reaper ain't following me. You know what I mean? You can't tell me that fucking the dark cloud of fucking possible bad shit is not over me everywhere I fucking go.
We seen a lot of your friends drop around you too.
You gotta admit, we didn't lose as many as most. At all. At all, bro. 3 tours. The first one, when we went all the way to Baghdad, lost 6. Can you believe that?
From the 1,200.
Out of 1,200.
Fuck.
6. And that's from the Kuwait border all the way to Baghdad.
Yeah, well,
You believe that?
versus fucking
That's
hundreds or
including-
thousands of them that you took out.
And that's including, like tankers and, support. So they weren't all grunts.
Yeah.
Some of them might have been in one tanker. But I'll never forget the 6, in the military, you got to learn, man. It's not one funeral. Sometimes we're burying multiple.
Yeah.
Right? And that's, it is what it is. Right? But, so went through that 3rd tour, strictly Fallujah. We needed to be back before they had their parliamentary elections. All right? But, so it was like this. In November, they had the big battle in Fallujah. In January, they were having the elections. So it was like, as soon as these guys fought, wounded, passed away, we had to get them rotated out, cancel all our shit, move Ben to where they were.
Yep.
And then we're all like, damn, we're back in Fallujah. How the fuck does this happen? The only difference was we're on a totally different side of the city.
Yeah.
Right? So, like the areas that we've been the year before, where we lost some buddies, we didn't even go over there.
Yeah.
Couldn't. Because we weren't allowed to do anything about that. After they, you know what I mean? So you just had to let that, like, whatever happened last year on way over there on that side of the city, I just got to eat that. Nothing else.
You just definitely felt, well, for me, comparing it to my deployment, you just definitely seem a lot more like numbers, man. I think I was very blessed with my deployment. We from the top level down, we had a pretty fucking tight group with everything that was going on around us, man. And when shit went bad, we made the special forces made sure that they come in and fucking clean that shit up for us, bro. When we couldn't do what we wanted to do, we knew the boys over west were gonna get the shit done for us.
Harley, when we when we finished Fallujah, right? It was after 7, whatever, our time there. That time in Fallujah, I didn't fire 1 round.
Oh, yeah?
Not one. And the difference for me was, the first time during the war when it was hot, we just entered, you might engage someone, but they usually weren't that close.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that second time, when Fallujah was finally what it was, that's the first time I saw people that were engaging me, that I engaged, and I was close enough to see them, drop. But even that would mess with my head because it was like, I'm not close enough to go dead checking. Well, what we would do, because when Iraq started, The Iraqis were playing dead.
Oh, yeah.
I know of a Marine unit that walked past something they thought were dead and got shot in the back. I was so fucking pissed when I heard that. But you get what I'm saying? So in my head, even to this day, I know I engaged. I don't know the after result because I wasn't allowed to go make sure my job was right.
That reminds me of Fury, the movie, where he's like, shoot those motherfuckers. He's like, they're all dead. He's like, how do you know? You a fucking doctor?
Yeah.
That begs the question in the fucking hell, there's a lot of American war machine movies. Is there any that you would say are realistic as to what the war experience was like? Or they're all just fucking Hollywood bullshit?
There is a show on HBO. It's called Generation Kill.
Oh, yeah, I was going to ask you about that one, actually.
Right?
Yeah, the Marines.
Generation Kill. All right?
Seven episodes.
7 or 8 episodes, right? They follow recon Marines, all right, which is one level above me and the grunts, the infantry. All right, so you go grunts, recon, and then like force recon is what we call it, or the Marine Raiders, the top dogs for Marines at least. You mentioned Generation Kill. That's anything the closest. I mean, I used to religiously watch. I used to record even the audio just so everywhere I go, I could hear and know, like, damn, these guys are on the same shit. I'm not that weird in the world. There are some people that know that are about this life, and I'm not that foreign. My family, friends don't get it. But, you know, we got people who do get it, right? And so I was okay, bro. When I left active duty of the Marines, after that third tour, they made me an instructor, which blew my mind. After being a boot, an 18-year-old taking orders
On the swamp?
everywhere. And until I gained rank and stripes, when I got stripes, I didn't know like how to be that, if that makes sense. Because I was raised an only child, so I never led another man in my life. Especially, I didn't. Especially with life or death decisions. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mention that third time in Fallujah, I did pick up rank to where I was leading my own patrols in Fallujah.
Oh, yeah.
I was a squad leader. Even that was fucking mind blowing. You know, from the 18-year-old I was 2 years ago. You know what I mean? But
2 years, you're already a squad leader after 2 years. You guys get ranked quick.
On his third deployment.
Well, 2
years, yeah.
Because it was like the first one was one stripe. Second one I didn't get a stripe yet.
Yep.
But the third one, I finally got my second stripe, which is corporal, makes you a non-commissioned, the same as a sergeant.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, but I made the decision that
Jesus Christ.
when there were 2 weeks left in that third tour in Iraq, in Fallujah, I was just like, fuck, man, I might survive. Can you believe this shit?
I might actually make it home.
Hey, I mean, my whole mindset had been on accepting my passing away, accepting my unaliving. It was okay. It happens, and I was okay. I did not know what to do when there were 2 weeks left and the other Marine unit was coming to take our place. And I was like, fuck, I'm still alive. I got 2 weeks. What the fuck am I gonna do now? I mean, like we all had plans, right? In the future, what you might do if you lived it. Yep. But when it comes down to it, your ass can't make any true plans till you survive.
Yep.
Right? Because you can plan, when I get home, when I see my girl, whatever. But don't forget, you got to get past here. Right? So I didn't know what those last 2 weeks, weirdest time of my life. I had been so locked on passing away.
Yeah, right.
So locked on. And then 2 weeks left. Shit. So you mean I'm allowed to plan for college now? I'm allowed to possibly think about getting married now? I'm might be able to think about dreaming about having a child, man. That's allowed. I'm allowed to do that. And I didn't know. I blown away by all of that shit. But I was fine. First 2 years after the Marines, active duty, fine, bro. Jumped right into college full time, and then at night I was working security for a defense contractor that makes stuff for the for the military.
Yeah.
It was good, man. No flashbacks, no attitudes, no road rage. Pimping, man. Pimping, bro. Pimping, you know what I mean? I'm feeling like, I looked up to the SWAT guys all my life. I feel like I'm on their level at least. I'm decent. But my last year of college, when I would have got my degree, for some reason, man, every single thing from every single tour, from every single day, came back at the same time. Just flooded me. I mean, I knew it was bad when I remembered the fourth day I was in Iraq. The fourth day out of everything, right? I was like, what the fuck? Why am I remembering the fourth day? Why am I remembering any of this? And why does it keep... It all flooded me. And I didn't know how to handle it except to turn to a drink. Mm-hmm. And so for me, it wasn't like too much heavy drug use, right? It was more like, for the first time, I was found 3 years later, I was crying about my mates that died. I couldn't cry in the country because I had too much hate and anger to take care of whoever did them, hurt them. But these years later, I didn't know if I was getting soft or weak or I ain't a tough Marine no more or something's wrong with me, but I was remembering all of my mates and that shit hurt for the first time. I didn't know what to do. You know what I mean? I'm like, he died fucking 3 years ago. Why are you crying now? Because I wasn't capable of crying 3 years ago. Yeah. I wasn't in an environment where it was even allowed or cool or, you know what I mean?
Safe. Safe enough to be able to feel like you could do it.
Yeah, safe. The wall came down,
Yeah. So, like I said, I started drinking. Normally, when I tell a military buddy, just like you guys, hey, I'm going out into the pub. If I get bad, grab my ass, pull me out of there, right? If you see me doing anything that might cause trouble later, you grab me, get me the fuck out, right? That night I was with two civilians who didn't necessarily understand that. So everything that I was doing, they just kept laughing at. So at one point,
you're fucking wild, man.
At one point,
more piss.
The first night I got thrown into the psych ward, right? That's when the depression was first hitting me, right? I had about 13 Crown Royals and Cokes that night, right? I was so bad, I was in the men's bathroom. And there's an attendant, one of those clubs where they got an attendant in there. Yeah. I was in that bathroom, and I wouldn't let any motherfucker walk out until they said in front of me, fuck Iraq. You hear me? Yeah. Anybody wanted to walk out of that motherfucking bathroom. Once I got in there with the mindset I had, you better tell me, fuck Iraq, you want to get out this motherfucking door. I ain't playing that bullshit. Not tonight. Not tonight, bro. You hear me? I might not stand for life or death many other nights, but tonight, you want to get out of this motherfucking bathroom? You want to piss and then go back to your girl? You better fucking get through me tonight. You better tell me fuck Iraq. And we could. And somehow, some way, they did. Yeah, bro, you're right. Fuck Iraq, bro. But yeah, okay. That night, I get out of the pub. Police see me. They see me with my mates. They see me saluting. They see me marching. I'm fucking doing all the marching.
Back into a recruit.
I'm killing it. Hey, I'm killing it. I'm killing it. And what made it worse is that nearby there was a security guard who happened to be a veteran. So he egging me on. Good job, salute. So I just kept, doing it. Right? And so I did that part, and then At one point, my mates came beside me to somewhat help me or carry me. I mean, I wasn't that like drunk or anything, but whatever reason, they came beside me. Now, the part where they fucked up is neither one of them wrote me. 3 times I was in fucking Iraq. 3 years. You supposed to be my whatever, cousin, god brother, all this tight ass shit. You know what I mean? Now, somebody goes to jail, prison, we motherfucking right. We motherfucking send money, pictures, love. When they come home, we throw a party. When these motherfuckers didn't write me, and I realized it, when I realized you celebrate all our homies that come from prison, but you ain't even write me to say like, hey, homie, don't get shot in your face. Hey, you know what I mean? Like, hey, at least don't get killed on your birthday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just anything simple. That night, while they were both beside me, I remembered. This motherfucker never wrote me. This motherfucker neither. You know what? That night, I was in that zone. So I clamped both of their necks and I dropped straight to the ground and brought them with me, right? Police see this. And then they tell me, don't say hoorah, Marine. Telling me not to say hoorah at a time like that is like telling a human not to breathe. You can't do that to me. You know what I mean? So he says, and I can't help it. That's like telling me, you know, the one word I can't say in my life that is like to my heart. That's a Marine word, you know? So I screaming at him, hoorah, motherfucker, what's happening? You know what I mean? Seriously. And then every time they went to grab me, they didn't know that I knew all the opposites of how to break it. You know what I mean? Every arm bar, every finger lock, every whatever. I was breaking that shit. And I was drunk, right? So imagine if I knew what the fuck I was doing, right? But long story short, took 6 of them to get me down, right? They put me in the back of the police car. I started having flashbacks out of Fallujah for some reason, man. Right there in the car. I'm remembering all these women screaming and crying about the guys that, you know, that came at us and we had to, I'm remembering, shit. I remember everything, man. The first time we crossed, whatever, babies burnt, shit's just flooding me again in the back of that police car. So I just started banging my motherfucking head, man, against everything in the police car to motherfucking help me get whatever's in my head. I just go wild banging that bitch. I don't care. Whatever. Die, bleed, whatever. I don't give a fuck. The cop pulls me out. They look at my wallet. Then they realize, okay, he's a Marine sergeant. He probably been over there a few times, right? Wasn't until they saw the wallet. They were ready to, you know, put me in the drunk tank, give me a felony, pile all this shit on me. Till somehow my wallet fell out when I did that. And they all changed after that. Yeah. I don't know how, why, whatever. But they all changed when they saw my military ID. And I wasn't just
carrying on like a pork chop.
Yeah. Yeah. So from then, I get taken to my first trip in the psych ward. Most embarrassing day in my whole motherfucking life. Because here in my head, I went from decorated Marine War veteran, then college student. Then at the time, I was working for the defense contractor, Lockheed Martin. So I had certain things to make me feel kind of good. Like there were times I, you know, like everybody, damn, after the war, I can't, you know, I wanted to check out. There were times. But I was trying to balance that between maybe I'm doing good shit. Yeah.
Purpose.
Like, and always in my head, I was like, man, the war didn't fuck with me. Fuck that. The war didn't bother me. Like, nah, whatever. Grunt, line, like, whatever. The dudes that end up, whatever, like this, or like, nah, the war didn't fuck with me. Fuck that. I'm, you know, till those memories and everything came back. And I couldn't stop them.
How long are you in a psych ward for?
They went from that first time in the psych ward. Oh, because I didn't mention. I begged the police that day to put a bullet in my head.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I can't fix this. I can't clear this. I've been in the VA. I did group and individual counseling. I'm on meds. Done everything y'all have told me or that I saw on YouTube that might help me, refresh me. I found something called EEG neurobiofeedback, where I went to this guy and he put the shit on my head and he's, breathing my brain with. I tried everything I saw someone say worked. Because I saw a veteran he said, I did this. When I woke up and had a dream, I drank some water. I went right back to sleep. I said, you know what I mean? I see any of that. I fucking took my, did my job to fucking get it, try it. Like, get me back straight.
Yep.
Especially because I didn't mention, I wanted to go federal, man. I felt like God made me to survive dangerous areas after Iraq. He made me to protect people in dangerous areas. I just felt like maybe that was my purpose in life. But once I got put in that psych ward, man, the hardest part in the world is to be a Marine rifleman who's no longer allowed to have a rifle. Fuck me up, bro. Fuck me up. Real bad. Really bad. Like, for me, the Marines was only supposed to be a stepping stone. The Iraq War was only supposed to be a stepping stone. All of our military service.
You're one of the first people I've ever heard with an actual plan for after the military. Both of us are just going to escape the life that we've come from and then we'll fucking make it up afterwards.
Really?
Yeah. I thought that was amazing, bro. When I first found out that was what you're doing, man, you actually went in there with a plan for future, man. Like, fuck, I joined the fucking army and telling everyone I was going to be the RSM of the army. I was a lifer. I was one of the first out after the trip.
Yeah. I was just talking to someone. The fucking first time I heard that was literally like a week ago.
Yeah.
It was like, I use the army and then had a plan. I'll do this and then I'll do this. And it's like, fucking hell, that's a really good idea. Like,
Fucking oath.
because we all got to get out at some stage. We're going to get out. Whether it's fucking soon or it's fucking 20 years, we'll be out. And then what?
Yep.
And you fucking, oh shit, now I've got nothing.
But check it out, though. I was also around guys who were talking about and who knew, they were cognizant that this war service for them would make them politicians. Would make them like whatever, better or more sacrifice. You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
right? I was in there. I was around 18, 19, or 20-year-old guys saying this shit. Yeah, this is gonna help boost my career, or this is gonna help me be in the FBI, or this is gonna help me be. So these are the kind of, you know what I mean? It's like, people joke, they say, hey, you're dumb grunts, right? This, that, and that, and that, and that. But they didn't know, like, a lot of us scored high enough to do whatever we wanted. Yeah. We just love that shit. We can't get past loving that shit. You know what I mean?
Cool shit.
Yeah, man. So after that first trip to the psych ward, I had to be involuntarily sent back for suicide each time, 4 times. And then the 5th time was when I started learning from all the therapy what my stressors were and what might be setting me off, which at the time, a lot of was my ex-wife, man. All right, like, people try to turn everything around to, oh, you're the bad husband or boyfriend because you're a war veteran, PTSD. You're like, shit. Where I'm at in the States, that's all you have to say to get in trouble. I have a veteran with PTSD and he's mean. I have a veteran with PTSD and he's mad. It's even worse when they say I have a Marine with PTSD, I get the SWAT team.
Yeah, right.
Right? I've had no bullshit. I swear to you. I had a night where I was having flash or whatever, making noises in my sleep, yelling, whatever. Yep. The neighbors heard it. They thought my wife was being attacked. They called police. Police come to my door, wake me up. I wake up like anyone. I'm out of a fog. I don't know what the fuck. Whoa, bro. You at the door. Fuck. They had 3 or 4 of them. Black gloves at my face. Bitch, what the fuck? What kind of dream is that? Did I smoke last night? What did I drink? How the fuck do I wake up with you? Man, I ain't do shit, bro. What the fuck you talking about, honey? I ain't got nothing here. What the fuck? And the neighbors heard screaming and they thought someone was being attacked. So what were you doing? The fuck, I've been asleep. I mean, you might have heard me. I got some issues. You know what I mean?
I sleep hard.
You might have heard me. I can't help that, but yeah, man. So it's like that though, man. In the States, when somebody says PTSD veteran, man.
I was just fucking, they use it against people here. Though I know one real famous story with Jared Purcell. He's an Afghan veteran that he's a fucking big burly dude with fucking throat tattoos and stuff. He looks like a biker.
Yeah.
But when he got back from fucking the war, his wife claimed domestic violence, and then they used his service against him. They're like, he's violent. He's a war fucking hero. Like he's dangerous, right? Yep. So they took his kid and fucking had to go through the whole court system and stuff. And eventually they found out it was all bullshit. But because they used his service history against him to call him a violent criminal,
yep.
He fucking won't even wear his medals anymore. He fucking wants to burn them. But it's to go to be that glorified war hero, to then be like, can't trust him. He's violent.
Yep.
He kills people. Like,
yep.
What the fuck?
That's a mind fuck, bro. That is a mind fuck to go from getting promoted, patted on the back, all your mates loving you for what you were doing in that field.
Yeah.
Because that's what in that field. But everywhere else, penalized for that shit.
Yeah, for sure. It's a funny contradiction, eh? Like, we have the Veterans Days and Anzac Day and all this sort of stuff, Remembrance Day, to thank and promote what the veterans have done. But I would fucking put it out there that on a day-to-day basis, we're not fucking treated like heroes or fucking...
No, we were having that conversation actually yesterday, man. It was like, he was asking, what's the difference? And I was like, man, these guys on a globe, before a sporting match, you were acknowledged for your service or anything like that. Yeah,
get fucking put on a plane first and fucking... Anybody with disabilities or war veterans?
Yep. And like you said, Harley, and we have those 2 days a year where the country comes together for it. But I just enjoy the fucking piss up on a fucking public holiday.
Wait. Tell me this though, because this is what I do, and people might not like it or like it, right? Regardless of how society feels about veterans, military, I told you already. In my head, all rock stars, bro. Because everything we do, you will only see on TV, movie, series, news, every job we do. Admit it. You can go to McDonald's and see what they do. You can go to, somewhere else and see what they do. But to see what veterans do, nah, you need TV. Because your ass ain't walking on the base to see what they do. Your ass ain't going nowhere foreign to see what they do. Right? So, regardless of how society looks at us and feels, right? And in the States, they feel like only the uneducated and poor go to the military. That's how they feel. All right. And then specifically for the Marines, the book says the Marines is a haven for those from broken families or no families at all. The Marines is a haven for that. So
cholos and fucking gangsters.
It's just the thing about keeping it big in my head is how I keep the respect I don't know if that makes sense or if that works or
it works for what works for you, bro. Because
if they don't give it, society doesn't give you that love, respect, appreciation. Fuck it, you give it yourself. You hear me? Oh shit!
You get fucking way too excited.
Did I touch it? I'm sorry.
Bro, yeah, bro.
I'm sorry. Damn, I'm sorry, Harley.
Yeah, you're good, bro.
I'm sorry, man.
You get you all hyped up there, brother.
I'm real sorry about that. Real sorry about that, bro.
All good, brother. All good.
Fucking hell.
Yeah,
there's massive differences, man. Like, what's it been like for you, especially going back, working with us guys? working with the dudes that you've grown up with or grown into a man around and stuff like being back, giving back to the community. What have you noticed? What do you think you've noticed the most that's probably missing from when we discharged, bro, and then having to deal with these guys? You do still active and you were doing with both active service and veterans?
In my jobs?
Yeah, with the physio stuff and that here now.
Yeah, so I did 3 years as an exercise physiologist working with current serving soldiers.
Yep.
And then I did another year and a half as a rehab consultant working with battalions. I was at 6 RAR and 7 CISB. That was my last stint.
Yep.
And then veterans I did 3 years at Mates for Mates as well. Well, what's the fucking difference? I guess it's more. I wouldn't say there's any societal influence. I'd say it's just the own influence of, like you said before, like we joined the military to make a career, right? Like that's going to be our life. I'll join and fucking gain rank and I'll end up as a warrant officer or whatever, and that'll be my life, and I'll retire and fucking have my pension and fucking that's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody that I deal with, everybody we know really, fucking hell, there's not many people that are lifers, genuinely lifers. And if they are, they're crusty old fucking warrant officers that hate their fucking life. But yeah, it's all the loss of identity, bro. It's
a big one, isn't it?
Fucking what now? Who am I now? Drive off base, fucking in tears, going fucking what am I?
Did you have those struggles when you made the decision to not be a part of it anymore? Or do you think it was helped that you were still around that sort of environment, those sort of people?
When I left the Navy, I did massively, because I thought that was, same. I thought I was going to be a lifer.
Yeah.
And it was fucking tough because I was not in a position where I should have been let go. Like I was fucking cooked.
Yeah.
What I needed was help.
Yep.
And the Navy, rather than offering me that help, were like, oh, you can go.
Okay. Yep.
We'll give you compassionate discharge.
Yep.
We're doing you a favour. Off you go.
Yep.
And then just fucking sent me off, and then I had nothing. I had no money. I had no identity, no friends.
Yep.
Everyone I knew was in the military, fucking, and other than that, everyone else was fucking gangsters. So I'm like, well, I can't go back to them.
Yep.
And I'm not in the military anymore, so I've literally got nothing now. So yeah, it was fucking hard for a couple of years. I struggled finding myself, and that's why I went back. So I did 2 years, got myself clean and sober, and went back and joined the Army Reserves.
Yep.
Being colourblind, I couldn't join any combat roles, so I went into admin and did that for a few years and fucking hated it. Just fucking 4 walls and a filing cabinet and fucking leave apps and shit. And then that actually went ARA. So they disbanded it and gave it back to ARA. So they're like, oh, you can choose another job or just fucking leave. So I went to uni and left, and then I came back again as an officer this time.
Fucking hell, cunt.
But I could never let it go.
Yeah.
I was always like, I want to be in the military. I want to do something fucking more with my life.
Yep.
So I was always like, no matter how far away from it I was, like for that whole fucking, uni took me like 7 years because I ended up with full custody of my daughter at one stage. So I deferred and put it on hold and then went back. But there wasn't a fucking day in that time where I wasn't going back to the military. Yeah. Like I'm going to do this degree and then I'm going to go in as an officer, as a specialist fucking SSO, Specialist Services Officer.
Yep.
So yeah, I was always in that military mindset. Whereas I'm not done, and fucking I wanted to deploy. I wanted to, be a war hero and have my life mean something, I guess, rather than just being fucking some scumbag street kid.
Yep.
And in hindsight, I have achieved that through other means, but to me, I needed more. I needed to prove myself. So yeah, I was always going back. So I went back as an officer, and then I fucking got offered a job at the Soldier Recovery Centre, which was a fucking sick job. Like I worked there as an exercise physiologist.
Yep.
With the rehab of soldiers.
Yep.
And I just saw what these guys did in that 8-week program that we did was mentoring injured soldiers on how to be better soldiers. And I was like, fuck, I'm contributing to the war machine or the military machine in such a fucking meaningful way.
Yep.
Of teaching these soldiers how to be better soldiers, how to be more resilient mentally and physically.
Yep.
This is the most fucking meaningful contribution I could have to the military being colorblind because I can't go out there and fucking fight on the front line.
Yep.
So yeah, I got offered a job to be a section staff member there, work as a seco, and I'm like, fuck yeah, this is the best fucking result I could have ever asked for. So then I had transferred into artillery and became a mortar operator, and so I'd spend a couple of years doing my combat fucking training and my mortar training, became a mortar operator.
Yeah.
And then with that job, I could then transfer into the Soldier Recovery Centre as a staff member there. So my last couple of years of service was doing exactly that, working as a mentor for fucking injured soldiers. And we did everything, you know, fucking OBS courses and shooting days and cognitive fucking overload with shooting and stuff. And just the recovery and fucking and exercise sort of based stuff where you would train them to be fucking strong and resilient so they could do their job and go out there and fight the battles that I can't fight myself. So that gave me a lot of meaning and purpose. And then through that, then I had to let go because I tried to get a full-time gig there and they promised me fucking CFTS contracts. And then like 6 months later, 8 months later, I was like, I am fucking bleeding fucking financially. I need this CFTS contract or I can't do it anymore.
Yep.
And they're like, all right, yeah, it's in the fucking books, you know. I'm like, how long? And they're like, fucking...
How long's a piece of string?
Yeah. And they're like, why don't you go home and do your finances, come back to us and tell us, give us a line in the sand of when you need this contract. And I'm like, I went home and I was like $200 a week deficit.
Yeah.
I went back the next day. I was like, here's my fucking thing. And they're like, oh, fuck, I didn't know it was that bad. I was like, I fucking told you. I need this contract fucking yesterday. And they're like, look, dude, it's going to take 6 more months. Yep. I'm like, I can't fucking give you 6 more months.
Yep.
So I gave them one more course, which was 8 weeks. And then I fucking left. And then, ended up fucking walking into a job as a rehab consultant. So I literally went from Soldier Recovery Centre, which is fucking right next to Afghans, to across the road at 6RAR. Yep. Still going and catching up with the boys for brews and stuff at the recovery centre, and did another fucking 18 months as a rehab consultant on base. So I never, even though I wasn't in anymore, I'm still surrounded by uniforms and fucking working in an office in a battalion, chatting to fucking dudes all day. So I never felt like I left until October. Yep. Which was a couple of months ago when I finally fucking threw it in.
Yeah, fucking hell.
But I think having this still gives me the connection and the purpose and the meaning. And I find that now it's not about fucking being in the war zone and firing my weapon and proving myself that way. It's contributing to the community.
Yep.
In the way that I can.
Yep.
Which is all I can do, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Right on. Right on.
But it is. Is it feeling as meaningful now? Like these conversations and sharing it with the world now? Like, does it feel as meaningful for you?
It does. I think, yeah. I reckon this is equal to how I felt at the recovery centre when I felt like my service had meaning.
Yeah.
Good deal.
I feel like now I'm serving the community in a different way, and I feel like this has just as much meaning. Like before, I was making them stronger to go back to work and do their jobs. Yeah. Whereas now I'm assisting by amplifying the voices and sharing the stories and helping, not helping directly, but helping other veterans
indirectly through the conversations that you're having. Yeah, man, it's special stuff. That's obviously why I've jumped into this space as well myself, and all the years, man, and it, like getting bits and pieces of your story, man, it gives you the resilience. And I don't give a fuck what anyone says. When you've played in the streets and been on the other side of the fence, it gives you valuable life lessons, valuable skills in life that you can implement, whether it's business, whether it's professionally, in sport. It gives you that hustler's mindset, man, of being able to entrepreneurial almost. You can do so many different things. But what I found the differences between these dudes that stay gangsters that don't, man, I think it's our hearts, man. I think for me, it's definitely, look, I'll say it now, I was never meant to be hard. I was the biggest fucking softie you've ever known. No wonder I was fucking bullied so much as a kid. Like, I was a fucking bitch.
I just covered myself in tattoos, so I looked tough.
I'm doing the same thing, bro. Look, fuck, I got my first tattoo at 15, just trying to be fucking tough, you know. I went across the back there, I got it all covered up with me sucking arts. But, yeah, man, like, I wasn't supposed to be hard. Like, I know I wasn't. It's been a big part of my process coming home and trying to find myself again, was this big fucking heart out of shell with a big soft jelly heart that just wants to make everyone fucking love and feel good, just like it was when I was back on ecstasy. In the good old days, you know. I want that shit around everywhere.
I don't believe you said that. I don't believe you fucking said that.
That's where I really found all we love, man. Back in the days when you could amplify and share that with people, man. Like,
just sit on the couch hugging your mate for 4 hours while you're fucking picking off your head.
With your fucking jaw off and shit. Yeah, man. Like, yeah, for me it wasn't, man. And I think when you've been given those things and you can start to find the balance between the two, like it's almost like a split personality, I feel, when you've got that big heart but trying to be the warrior, you know? You get so torn in between wanting to prove yourself as the hard one and not trying to lose all of the soft thing, you know? It's gone a lot into my parenting, man, especially with my son. I notice how much of that softer side's in him, and I've tried to nurture that as much as possible without him. Mate, he's fucking grown up around a bunch of veterans, so of course he's going to have that aspect of hardness about him. I wish I was as tough as that kid at fucking his age, man. Like at 13, like I'd kill it to go back and have his mindset and his strength and ability, man. But I'm watching the emotion and intelligence come out in him now. For a 13-year-old kid, is well and truly beyond a year. So I can see that we've been able to nurture that big heart. But he also doesn't go to school and take shit. He's not worried about getting in trouble, you know. Dad knows, he fucking knows. If people put hands, you fucking smack them back because that's how you stop bullying. I'm very much old school in that way, but seeing that balance, man, and obviously I think actually now just even saying it, like it's helped me to really start embracing both sides and combining them together now, where I can be the hard dude when I need to be, but I'm trying to lead with this now and and give back with the softer side of things, because, you know, my kids fucking got the RSM's fucking way of life growing up. It was fucking military by the book, and then with all that anger and shit, you know. The biggest thing for me, man, was like I never wanted to be that. I never wanted my children to be scared of me like I was scared of my father.
Yeah.
My old man didn't have to fucking hit me or anything like that. As soon as he gritted his teeth and he fucking whistled or he put us on point, man, that was it. Everything was fucking do as you're told. You know, I didn't want to see that stuff. So Can you relate to that, Kaz? Do you reckon you got a big heart and it, you know, you're filled with love, but fucking wanting that what war created for us is that big tough outer shell?
Yeah. For a long time, like I told you earlier, I thought I'm just supposed to be one of these people who protects people in danger zones, never smile, never laugh, never be happy about anything, but that's okay. I thought that's what I was made for. I'm just made to, you know, keep people alive in those environments, until it hit me, man, one day, like, damn, I'm not in the war right now, so I'm not mad. I'm not pissed off. And I've done all my greatest work in the world when I was pissed off, hot, shot at, under stress. So it was actually living in peace without being mad, without people trying to kill me, that confused me. Man. that I had to get used to that part.
Yeah.
Or even then, an issue I still have now. I know everyone will say, hey, you're not over there. You're home. But when you watch the news and you still see people being hurt, killed, victimized in some way, you still see blood on the news, part of you still clicks a little bit like, might not be there, but there is a reason to be
The warrior.
somewhat like I was, because there are still
Evils.
right.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think growing up in a hard fucking environment through childhood and stuff makes you sort of hard-hearted, right?
Yep.
And my daughter's the same. She's the most fucking angelic, soft-hearted, amazing, fucking emotionally intelligent kid.
Yep.
I'm like, where the fuck? How
Where?
the fuck did that happen? But it's softened me, right? Like I've gone from, being fucking hard and strict to softening over the years and being more nurturing and allowing my feelings to come to the surface of more love and compassion rather than, fucking do this or fucking look out, Yeah. That's good. It's
Can I be honest about that part though, just real quick? I will admit though, there are times, but even like you said, for me, my two daughters softened me, where you mentioned. But there are still times when I was going through the sickness or maybe the worst of it that I'm still, I just wish they never saw, they never had the I even say sometimes, I wish you just had a dad that didn't go through a war or who was, more sensitive, could feel holidays and birth, could feel more than, me, who could be more, better than me. I know there are men, who feel and, all the things we mentioned before that I told you were missing for certain years for us. So I don't never knock like, I know there are, people that would be more conducive to respecting and this and that and that. I'm kind of sorry you got stuck with me in this way, but don't count me out or write me off forever, all right? Because I'm usually bounce back. So fucking how bad, how much whatever judgment, I usually bounce back sometime. So do not count me out forever.
That's always been my driving factor. I knew in that first trip, learning with the Vietnam guys, I knew both my parents had veteran fathers. I knew the impact it was going to have on the family. And after seeing it in real life with those dudes in the ward that first trip, I'm like, fuck, this is where the work's got to go in now. I knew straight away that this shit was going to have a devastating effect, and how could I minimise it as much as possible? Fuck, it took me 13 trips to fucking... and I won't even say I'm out the other side again, man. Like, this is a continuous journey, especially...
What was putting you into the cycle?
The first few trips, man, it was obviously dealing with the shit from Afghanistan, Like, I know mine all goes down to the Battle of Muzazai, 20th of August, the day we lost Kirkendale. That was honestly, I think if the Battle of Derapet hadn't happened with Dan, that contact that we were in would have been, there'd be fucking movies, and I hope one day there is a movie about it, but you just read the blurb the boss wrote up for us. But like, we were the first time since Vietnam that we'd fucking been, conventional forces had been close enough to throw grenades in the cornfields. We had the fucking Apaches coming over doing 30 mil strafing runs through the corns, hellfire in a mosque. First time since fucking Vietnam, conventional forces needed an emergency ammunition drop. It's a fucking hectic fucking 3.5 hours, man. Fucking crazy. Like, yeah, it was crazy. We obviously had Kirkendale at that time. When that happened, fucking my mate Clarkey got crumped on the way home, doing the fucking road move back to TK for the fucking ramp ceremony. I was getting fucking information that he'd lost both his legs. Had an 11-year-old kid just before that. I pulled him out of the corn. Pulled him out of the cornfield on the end of a pull string because we'd stopped using the high side of Death Alley, is what we called it, just out the front of Basin Muzzai. Because the fucking kids had been throwing grenades over the walls down to the boys and shit like that. So we're like, we're going to use the high side. I ended up getting a massive fucking argument with Matty McKeever, the gun. Was like, I don't give a fuck. You want to go up, you want to go through the downside. It's like, we can't keep using the downside. Sorry, the high side. We can't keep using the high side. Like, it's going to be targeted. It's going to be targeted. We need to go back down low. We've been using it, predictability. And, we got in the argument. It's like, oh, fucking fine. We're going through. And that was the thing, man. It was the biggest thing. Like, my ex-wife seen one proper panic attack, and that was the day I was real. I just started CBT therapy, and I had to go back. I did the first one where you write about the events, and then the second one was to go back in and put the feelings and the emotions that you were feeling during those events, man. And I actually had to ring me Secco and one of my search buddies, Dolphin, or something. What fucking happened there? I think remember Dolph actually saying to goes, that was one of the scariest days. Something like, because the last thing I remember, I'd found that. I was already on edge with everything that's going on. Like, I was fucking getting paranoid about having to search through the cornfields because this section command wanted to go through it, and I didn't want to go through the cornfields. I was like, you try and convince your fucking scouts to go in front of me because I'm not walking through there because I can't see shit. And anyways, man, like, I've pulled him out. We found the JTAX antenna actually hit the kite string just as I'd fucking seen these two kids squatting in the corn, and I was like, I fucking grabbed him out. And as we're walking up, one of the old dudes, I think it was the uncle, he's fucking got a couple of geek with him, and he's mouthing Talib to me, telling me, fucking sit down, you little motherfuckers, get the interpreter up here. That's when we found the pull string, and I'm like, Tommo, you got to come back. And for the first time ever, man, like, I was shitting myself. I was like, I'm going to have to go sit over a bomb. Till that point, man, like, fucking that shit, I love that shit. That was better than any drug I've ever fucking tried. That was fucking the best. Standing over fucking homemade explosives was the fucking tits for me. But that time, man, I was shitting myself, like full on shitting myself, because I'm like, this little motherfucker's just laying a bomb. I couldn't even process it, man. Like, they weren't targeting it. It was up the high side that they were actually targeting, but nothing was processing. As soon as I found the kite string and I realised that little motherfucker was on the end of it, the last thing I remember is going instant on me gat, and then having the conversation with Dolph trying to put this 3-day period back together. It's like, man, like, you put the barrel to the head. We thought you were going to fucking kill this kid. And we got dragged off. Don't have any recollection of it, but that night I've gone in for a piss and dehydrated, man. I don't know what the smell was or something like that. This kid had turned white and was shaking. Apparently that's similar to what happened. He pissed his pants. And I could smell it. And this kid's just popped up out of the toilet, man. And I was like, fucking on the bed doing the full fucking bacon dance. I was like, fuck. That's when it really kicked in. I really understood how much that was 3 days. Because I went from, like, I don't think there was an infantry section in our platoon that would leave without me or Dolph. They wanted us in their section. So I felt like the bomb I took. Never been that good at anything, man, but I fucking was definitely good at making sure that the path was cleared for the boys. And not knowing, I've just lost my train of thought. Where we're at, the kid.
You cleared the path for your boys and how important and needed you were.
Yeah, so I'd gone from that dude that was relied upon to, like, I was fucking shitting myself. And I speaking to my section guy, he goes, like, after that 3-day period of time, like, we thought you were gone. Like, we were getting ready to send you back to TK. We thought you'd fucking completely lost it, because it was pretty much 72 hours I've been around. So we had the kid. The next day was the big content. I still can't put it all together. So still, that timeline's a bit thing. The second night, second night after the kid, we're getting rocketed. 105's landing within 300 metres of our position. We're in fucking tags, man. Swags. And I remember, it must have been that night, I remember just pulling my swag because I was the only one. The boys all had underneath the thing, and I had the fucking pop-up tent. And I liked my own fucking private space. But that night, man, I was underneath the swag mattress, and I just cried. I was crying. I was shaking, just waiting for one of these rockets to land on us, man. The next morning, we got up and we had to do a road move. I still was waiting, trying to hear how Clarkey was. Obviously, we watched fucking Curbs and Dale, and his mates were with us and trying to console all that shit. I hadn't slept. And got the road move going on, and I remember just getting in the back of the car and I went fucking ballistic at our crewie and our driver. I was like, this fucking shit, we go fucking up, this fucking gonna kill us all in the back, there's shit loose everywhere. Got in the car ready for the move. The last thing I remember is we've come out of base and the fucking bushies bottomed out in the rock. Complete. Like apparently 2 hours I was frozen, just tears for the whole road move back up to Ateek. But it was so weird, man. As soon as they opened the door, and I remember it was Irvs, Dano, Clarkey's got his legs, everything just stopped. Everything, all my fear, everything went. I was back to being me again. But yeah, I found out, that was probably within the first 12 months of being home, going through all that stuff. I was like, fuck. Yeah, I've got some shit to unpack, man. It's even now, like I'm hearing stories now of that. Even that day, I have a completely different take on everything that happened today than anyone else that I've spoken to around it, man. And I just sharing the stories, and like it trips me out. Like, man, I don't know whether I'd switched my head off to the realities of what was happening and what was going around me, but as far as I can, no one was dropping. We weren't killing dudes. We were just fucking firing like usual at ghosts. And then hearing the bits and pieces after it, the shit that actually went on that day. And so I don't know whether after that point that's what my survival mode went to, where I wasn't going to be, because mate, I consider myself so fucking lucky, and it's why I struggled so hard being one of the first boys to go down when we got home, like with fucking proper go down. Because within 6 months of being home, I was already discharged. I was discharging out of the army, and I'd been diagnosed with PTSD already. Once again, telling me you can't leave yet. You've got to do at least 6 months of therapy. And then I had to walk in and see the fucking doc at the RAP. I'm going to fucking bash cunts if you don't let me go. Yep, see you, Tommo, you're out. But oh man, fuck, sorry. I'm fucking flooding back in now. Fuck. But yeah, it was wild, man. Like, I just knew. That's right. I ended up marching the boys over the boozer before I discharged. And I said, I don't know what's going on with you boys. But they got me drugged up so I could sleep. I want you guys, if you ever want to fuck. Body season up.
Keep going, bro. What's wrong?
No, bro, it's just an excuse because I forgot what I was fucking talking about again.
No, you're right. Just down there to the left.
Yeah, man. Fuck.
Left and then back this way.
But for me, man, yeah, it was. It all stemmed around 3 days. That was caused me, and I knew within those first 6 months, like I said, I'd marched the boys over the booth, was having a conversation. I was like, I knew within 3 weeks of being home, mate, the nightmare started for me.
Yeah, well, what put you in the psych ward? Just reliving and having panic attacks?
So, man, I nearly died on leave from Afghan on Rockall.
Yeah, well.
I thought I'd left with gastro. Tried to drink through it in Rome. By the time we got to Athens, the boys were that worried about me that they fucking called a doctor to the hotel. As soon as he walked in, he's like, you need to go to fucking hospital now. Your bowel is twice the size of what it should be. I'm like, all right. Yeah, so I ended up fucking nearly dying in Athens with a bowel and large intestinal infection.
Yeah, sepsis or something?
No, man, I was lucky. It didn't go. They said to me, I ended up at the private hospital, like €1,500 a night. Fuck, I've got the money for this. But I don't pay for fucking medical. Like, I've got to get someone from the army to sort this shit out. I started telling you this story yesterday, man. Like, the number they gave us on Rockall to call was the 6RR duty room. So you can imagine all the competent people from 6RR deployed. You've pretty much got fucking old dudes and bloody lids sitting there. You've got some dude calling from East Car. I'm fucking dying in Athens. I need someone to get me help or get me into a hospital. And they're like, and it's fucking Brisbane duty room. What the fuck are we doing?
I just had to pause my Call of Duty game for this.
Obviously, see, I had the money there, but like my whole plan was like, I'm fucking VIP in Rockall. Like, I'm going on. All I wanted to do was fucking spend, and I had cleared all my debt in the first half of the trip. I had 15 grand there, and I was like, just fucking go hard. I'd booked one of those fucking pool villas on the fucking cliffs at Mykonos and shit like that. I had 3 nights there. But yeah, I ended up, and the boys were like, fuck, Tommo, you're all right, man. Went to the hospital, and the doctor's like, man, please, if you don't come back here, you take yourself to a public hospital, you're going to die. Like, your bowel's about to explode, and you're going to end up with sepsis, you're going to die. And I'm still refusing to part with money at that point. I'm like, fuck. So I got back anyways after the duty room, and the dad went to town for me, managed and get in touch with Brad Skinner, our XO at 2CR, and they managed to get all sorted. Like, go back in, we'll have someone from the embassy come in and we'll sort you out. So I did 5 days in there, and I sent the boys off. I did a night in Athens alone, sent the boys to Mykonos, told them to keep up and I'll catch up with them in London before we think. But I was lucky enough that they gave me the extra 5 days of leave after it. So I got to spend, after I did 5 days of antibiotics, they actually said to me, they're like, the doctor knew, obviously. He's like, man, you cannot drink on this medication. Like, it will kill you. He's like, you're going to drink? Don't take the medication. I don't know if he actually said it to me, but that's how it was worded. That's how I took out of the conversation. Catching up with my last stint in London, I was catching up with my best mate growing up. He was a Dane. His older brother was managing a pub over there. So I did my VIP night. That's a whole fucking story. And it took me nearly 4 hours to tell him that night, bro. But the night before, I actually met my ex-wife on leave in London. We spent 3 days together. I'd just done my VIP night in London to send the boys off back to Afghan before I'd finish up my leave. I had 2 hours sleep after the fucking wildest night of my entire life. And I was sitting out the front of the pub, and I'd seen this bird walk past a couple of days before and got all jazzed up in my fucking outfit from Rome and all the fucking good shit in the spray and made myself look pretty. She'd just walk past to go to the train station. Sitting out there, her mum, it turns out, her mum and her mum's boyfriend drinking 11 o'clock after telling me stories from this VIP night. And her mother's like, I need to call my daughter to come down and meet you. And we spent 3 days together. And I'd managed to convince, I met her and her brothers, I managed to convince her and her 2 older brothers to come out to Australia. Fucking they arrived the day after Remembrance Day, actually, because I didn't get to go down to Canberra, 2010. So within coming home, bro, I'd already had a missus on the way. Within 6 months of getting back, not only was I diagnosed with PTSD, I bought my parents' security business out of liquidation to try and save the family home. Just before Anzac Day, we found out she was pregnant. She was 19, I was 22 at the time. So I put a ring on her finger. I discharged in June, so I did me 4 years, fucking 3 weeks. Discharged, we were engaged on the way back home. Within a month of being home, we were married. So within 8 months of being home, I've fucking locked down. Everything I said I wanted to do before the army, everything I wanted was all coming. I was going home to take over the business. I was going to be the big dog. I was going to have the family and everything, bro. And then within 12 months, bro, I lost it all. The family business, the family home. I'd dug myself away, man, and I really, my caveat for leaving was, like, they hooked me up with VBCS, and it was probably the best thing they ever did because that was the start of my therapy. And I had my therapist down there where I was starting to explore stuff. But once, obviously, when I'd gone back home and after I'd lost I've gone back home to everyone that told me I was never going to amount to anything, and I'm not only come home as a war veteran at 23 years, I'm the managing director of a $2.5 million company with fucking 60 employees. All I cared about was setting up my office to look like Scarface. Way too young. And at the time too, man, my dad, after 24 years, is going through his PTSD. He was diagnosed with PTSD 6 months after I was, so neither of us were competent to be running a company.
Yeah, right.
So the first trip, bro, was just a complete breakdown of all of that. I've got this young wife over from fucking England. She's fucking got a kid. She's stuck here. We've got no money. I didn't have any pension or anything like that at that time because I'd voluntary discharged because I was able to. I was just so lucky in Wodonga that the old VVCS crew and that, man, it was all Vietnam fucking era guys. So when shit started to slip, and yeah, I got back into I went back to the gangster life. What do I do when I didn't? I've got nothing to afford. And I was selling an ounce of speed a week across the road from the local sergeant, for fuck's sake. I was staying awake all night selling drugs and then going across and doing his lawns on a Sunday with it. But that was just so high functioning, but it all felt good, bro. But obviously, to start off with, it was to put food on the table, just make sure we had money.
Yeah.
And then it was also a coping mechanism, and it was working. But I built a fucking tolerance up very, very quickly. So within a couple of months, I was no longer making a profit. It was becoming just paying to be medicated. My son was 6 months old, and I knew I couldn't keep it together anymore. I had set my ex-wife down. It was the only time I ever told her I was fucking bad on the drugs with everything that went on after it. I kept that shit because the way I heard her on that one, sending her home with my son at 6 months old, I didn't think they were coming back, to be honest. As soon as they left, man, I knew about meth before I joined the army, but it was something I knew its potential. I could control most things, but I knew it was the one I couldn't. But after she left, it started on one night, I ended up and it was there. And then it was fucking 7 days later, and I'm sitting in my lounge room, I'm pacing up and down the hallway with an AK-47 bayonet, just going, fucking cunts are coming in, they're all fucking going to take over. Fucking everyone's doing me over. Like, I'd completely lost it, man. For 3 hours, I thought my best mate was out the front with two little fucking gangster wannabes trying to steal me car. When the sun come up and I realised it was just the Christmas tree set and the bids behind the car, I was like, man, that was when I rang VVCS, and it was like 3 hours on the phone, man. I'm just like, oh, I'm done. Like, I don't want to live. I've fucking destroyed absolutely everything I can. And that was how I got put into Heidelberg, man. That was how I ended up down in Heidelberg for the first time, the repat. And still to this day, it's the greatest place I've ever been. I'm so grateful that I got that experience early on down there, because it really set me up on the journey, I suppose, of understanding. But yeah, man, the problems didn't stop then. I just got very good at using drugs and pharmaceutical medications to balance me out until I couldn't anymore. So probably the first 3 or 4 trips was really trauma focused for me. And then the rest of it, bro, was I can't handle me drugs anymore. No one likes me at fucking home. I'm causing problems here. I can't control it anymore. I'm going to detox, and then I'll find another way to cope. Again, mate, so cross-addiction for me was massive. I just chop and change.
Yeah. Well.
But I always had a very good awareness, man. I've always respected drugs from a young age. I knew the power of them. I knew what they do to me. Yeah, it's very much similar to Danny, man. It was my love, and I wanted to master it. I wanted to be the best at it. I've got
this under control.
Yeah, I've got this sorted, bro, until I didn't. And look, I always still pat myself on the back because I could always tell when I was no longer doing drugs, the drugs were doing me. And I knew if I didn't make changes or stop, it was going to hurt everyone around me. So I suppose I don't think I recognised it till around the 7th admission that it was the addiction side of things that was keeping me in the trap. But because I was such a secret addict, fucking setting up organisations, and I'm fucking part of the Veteran Services team at RSL Queensland under Rob Scoder. I'm setting up other organisations. We co-founded the 42 for 42 and running all that shit, all our events throughout the year, man. Like, I still thought I was killing it outside of home, and then I get home and then it was the family that was suffering the most because I'd take on all that shit, put on the big mask and face, and then I'd get home and just isolate myself. I was fucking, one thing, mate. I just put everyone else on eggshells. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah, right. So where you at now?
Mate, where are we at now? Well, mate, CEO of the Psych Ward gang, apparently. Mate, look, I haven't lost that passion for helping veterans. And I now know that confidently that I have lived and done so much in this space that I have that lived experience that I can bring. I still don't know how I do it, mate. I've got a million ideas, like I always have, and all my mates will tell you I'm fucking crazy because I am. Gold card certified. I just hope by sharing, man, this is what I really love about the podcast scene, man, is like, fuck. If I'm still kicking after 13 trips, still trying to keep a smile on my face, surely I can help some other dude do the same thing. Just don't quit, man. I just want to be, I suppose, man, I inspire others just to not give up and dream big, man. Fuck it. Like, we're here for a short amount of time.
Yeah, fucking nice.
And I just want to be able to give through some opportunities, man. I'm not saying everything. I mean, I'm a hustler. I've been a hustler since I was 11-year-old. Now I've done it all the wrong ways. And I'm so very, very blessed to be, because I was made TPI at 24. They wrote me off. After my second admission, they're like, you're never going to be. Look, double-edged sword there. I was very looked after by this Vietnam crew, and they knew we need to get you sorted now so when you're not dealing with this shit. But when I was 24 years old with a fucking pension to mean I didn't have to work. I had fucking way too much time to think.
Yeah. The ultimate trap.
Yeah, bro. So I got stuck in the thing. I think at the time there was only from anyone under Mercer, I think there was only 20 of us or 22 of us that were actually TPI at this point.
Yeah, right.
That had been written off, and especially, not like I went through all that shit to start getting a gold card, like trying to give people, and people are looking me up and down. It's like, I reckon you're way too young to have a gold card. But yeah, man, like I wouldn't have been able to do the recovery I've done because I always looked at helping veterans and trying to understand this and give back was how I earned my pension. Like I still never felt comfortable, so I justified putting myself out there so much trying to give to others to justify why I could sit at home and not have to go through shit like the rest of the boys were going through,
Yeah, it's not a bad fucking way to go about it, though. You want to give back. You don't want to just rest on your laurels and accept your pension and do fucking nothing. You want to...
No, and mate, I'm not going to lie. I had that period, man. At 24 years old, man, I was probably fucking out bragging about it. Fucking suck shit, man. I mean, I could use cuts, got to go to work. I get to stay at home and fucking do whatever I fucking want. Yeah. But that faded pretty quickly, man, and that's why shit went so bad because I was isolated, mate. Getting out and isolating myself back around civvies just that all I wanted to do was prove myself to. Because I went from the kid that they bullied to, like, we're not going to his house. He's fucking crazy. Like, this is not the dude we remember. Like, this guy's ready to walk down into an ambush with a bunch of fucking junkies by himself. This is the dude that usually was trying to convince us not to go and do that stuff, Now I wanted to lead the charge. But it was hard, man, because, like getting out, it's one, losing that identity, but then going home with this fucking ego thinking I've got to prove it to everyone, man, that was so damaging. So fucking damaging because as soon as I got back, man, it was all a mask anyway. I was broken on the inside. I was lost. I was hurting. I just lost the empire my father had built, man, and I didn't have a shit childhood, man. For me to rebel like I did was simply because Dad was a fucking military police. As simple as that. Fuck you, I'm going to beat the detective. I'm going to be smarter than the detective. That was it, man. It was just gone. So, yeah, man, like now it's like I'm seeing the value in what I've been through and I don't know how, man. Like I've got some good ideas, and I've learned over the last years I can't go and take it out because I've done it, man. I've gone out. Fuck. Even when fucking ChatGPT came out 6 months earlier, fuck, this is all real good. I've got fucking dot points, and I'm fucking sending it to every connection I've ever made to fucking Mitch. No wonder people think you're crazy, Tommo. Keep your shit in your pants, dude. So, man, it's navigating it. Look, I'm on to my third failed business now, in through all of this shit. In the rebuild phase again, but it's been my connection with this dude hitting the podcast scene and buying into his dream, mate. You know, after the cycle, we got to understand, and then I found out about Camp Doghouse.
How'd you guys meet?
DV Radio.
Yeah. Every Saturday night, I used to be a part of what was called Dysfunctional Veterans Radio.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, you know, just like saying what we are, you know, just as
Like
similar.
a podcast?
Yep. And Tommo had already been on, but it was my first night meeting him, and I didn't know he had survived 13 trips to the psych ward, but wasn't, you know, he hadn't committed suicide, he wasn't in prison, he wasn't homeless.
Nearly.
All these, well, I got Jack. Look, all these things, when I heard him, even, you know, from the States to Australia, I just was like, man, that's a bad motherfucker. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, he has double the number of times that I've been there. He has over double. So for me to be like, I can't bitch anymore. I couldn't complain, bitch, because it was like, how you gonna complain when he's still living and trying after 13? Better get your shit together because he's rolling. So maybe the rest of us probably could learn something from him. You know what I mean?
So what's this Camp Doghouse?
So I started, I had problems with civilians after the service, whatnot. I felt, you know, whatever, misunderstood, bumping into heads. So I stayed in my man cave, man, for like 10 years.
10 years?
10 years, bro. I did not want to bother. I mean, I would only leave for VA, veterans appointments, doctor's appointments. But I realized that if I wanted to keep my freedom out of jail or a psych ward, I needed to remove myself because I kept bumping heads with like everybody for some, like my road rage was out of control. Hell, one day I went into
should be issued at the Q store, that shit.
Shit. One day I got into it with a gas station attendant, and, you know, they refused me service and sent somewhere else. Like, there was just a lot of, you know, things that civilians complain about, or that they say is so hard work. Or I just didn't understand.
Yeah, you come from a war zone and then you see someone go, fucking my milk's not hot enough.
And he didn't have customer service to begin with.
When you hear someone else say it's hot after where you've been, you know what I mean? When you hear people complain about how hot it is, you get it, I understand it, but in your mind, you know, you had to, you know what I mean? You've had to deal with some, you know, like worse or whatever. So I had to come to that maturity that, hey, you know, trauma is different for everyone. Because I admit I had the wrong mindset at first. At first they told me stuff like, okay, hey, you're on your third tour here. But this guy here, he went once and he has a problem. I didn't understand that. I didn't at all. I didn't understand that one whatever you did or saw for 5 minutes of one tour on one day can be just as debilitating, disabling as however many other months, days, years you put in.
Yeah.
I had to learn that. I had to open my, and then not just even military service, right? I had to learn like how trauma is on everyone. Like just cause it takes something like huge for me to say it did something, minor things that I might consider minor, but are major to someone. I had to, hey man, get off that. You know what I mean? Like that's what's going on. But I got to tell you one real quick, Harley. I actually had a Marine, right? He didn't want to go back to Iraq a second time, right? He told he was in my 4-man team, my 4-man infantry grunt team, right? And we know one guy stays awake while the rest sleep, right? This asshole told my platoon commander that he thought about killing us all in our sleep. Bro, when I woke up and I heard that shit, they had to hold me back, damn near charge me. You know what I mean? Because I was like, what? Motherfucker, I'm awake now. What's happening? You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't believe that. We know how it is. I put my soul into that, bro. To believing that, hey, when I'm asleep and I can't do anything for myself,
I can rely on that, dude.
you're my guy. You're my guy. But hell, my guy said he was going to fucking murk all of us. The whole team. Right? And I don't even know if that shit was true, right? I think he just wanted to say something. So Sykes would get him out of sending him back to Iraq.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? Fucking worked. Bro, he did not have to go backwards. He did. And it so you know what I mean?
You would have fucking slept with one eye open if he was there. Yeah.
Even stuff like that had to open my eyes. You know what I'm saying? It was like, okay, he wasn't there when I first went into Iraq, the first tour, but he was there first time we went into Fallujah. But he didn't want to go back into Fallujah. Right? I didn't understand that at the time until I came to understand how trauma affects everyone
Completely
else,
differently.
right? The best example also is when I left Iraq the third time, they showed us a video of another veteran that had been there once and the issues that he was having, right? So I straight up asked all of my commanders, like, well, if you're saying he's fucked up after one time, well, what are you saying about us? Are we getting fucked up after 3 times? What are you saying? And they were like, Smitty, shut up. But in life, as we come to see, shit, kind of like the more you done, seen, been, sometimes could be more of why you're that far off, right? Because I mean, like personally, I feel like, say they only sent me to Iraq once. I think I'd have been fine to this day. I do, man. I think I'd have been fine.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But
So what's Doghouse? Is it a podcast or is it a...
Shit, I'm sorry. Camp Doghouse. That's where I started going off grid and started all of whatever I do online, right? I hadn't been out, I didn't leave the man cave for 10 years, but I decided to go camping. I forgot that I knew how to camp. I forgot I knew how to make a tent or put a tent up. I forgot everything that I was already good at. So when I saw that it had that breakthrough for me, being off grid, I bought 2 parcels of land out there, and I just would go with my tent and my gun. And even though I had been through 15 years of, even though I'd been through 15 years of all the other therapies, that was the only one that really clicked for me.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Psych ward, group therapy, counseling, medication. It was when I remembered that I was taught to be outdoors, that everything came. So once I saw we had that space, I was like, damn, this will help other vets. So I just decided to start Camp Doghouse, right? I was going to take that land and it housed, because my mind was, okay, if they're homeless, I got space. I ain't do it. I put it, you know what I mean? I know it's off the grid, it's in the woods and shit, but if you could deal with like certain stuff, I can get you a tent, a trailer. We can pump water out of the ground. I can get solar power to get you hot water and showers. And so Camp Doghouse came up and I was like, I want to house homeless guys. Before I leave this earth, before I check out, I just want to help one guy get off the streets. Then I will feel like I'm a complete, man or human. Like to this point for me, nothing that has pretty much happened in life really matters that as much now if I don't help another vet somewhere. That's
a new purpose.
Yeah.
Have you done it?
Camp Doghouse is now official with us, right? We're now an official, what do you call it? A charity in the States. We're official nonprofit, just like a church. So we can get grants now, funding, donations. We have just within the last 2 to 3 months become open to receiving funding to finally make this a dream. Yeah. I got the land in 2018. In 2019, I decided like to go on YouTube, just carrying my GoPro, you know, and then it blossomed into any and everything else, man. It's kind of like I was drawing on a piece of paper just for myself, just to keep me entertained. It's like other people or other veterans came and it's like, well, your shit's not that crazy. We understand it. So I would have stopped or shut up, but none of my mates from the Marines, 1,200, ever told me, hey, stop that shit. Shut the fuck up. They never told me to stop. So I was like, maybe it's all right. Maybe they get it, or maybe it's okay.
Yeah.
And then, that's everything, man. It's just
beautiful. You wrote a book, The Wardawg Trial?
Yeah.
Trail?
Yeah. The Wardawg Trail. Marine riflemen struggle with war and PTSD.
You look like Tech 9 on the back there.
Bro, the first time he got on the fucking, I seen him on the actual visual on the face, but I was like, man, Tupac's real fucking bored. I said, I found Tupac.
Well, like Tech 9, I reckon.
Yeah.
Tech 9?
Damn, you guys know Tech 9?
Yes, bro.
Really? Damn. Okay, that's what's up.
This is war.
Damn.
Sweet. So what are you guys fucking doing together? What's the Sarge Wardawg TV?
So yeah, touch on how that come about, bro. That ties in with the psych ward gang.
You got a Nike sponsor in here?
We've got to change that. All the merch is only fucking. I tried to buy it or make sure I had it for when he got here. It's only shipping to America and Canada at the moment. But it's that. What's the mob you use? That use
Squad Locker.
Yeah, Squad Locker. So yeah, we're not officially sponsored by Nike just yet. We'll see if I have my way.
The closest I've been to any sponsorships or anything was like once I began this with that GoPro, right? And I only took the GoPro because the places I was going by myself, remote, off grid. If something happened to me, I wanted my daughters and my wife to know, like, what was the last thing, whether it was, because where I'm at, panthers are wild. So like whether it was a panther that got me or whether whatever, at least you see, what I see. And then it went from there to just like turning into me wanting a hunting show, I'm sorry, because I didn't know that you could still use night vision and thermal vision on like wild hogs. And it's legal. I did not know that. I had never run into a legal target that I could engage with night vision or thermal vision that, you know what I mean? So when it was introduced to me that, yeah, you like to operate at night, wild hogs are the thing. Like, it's a nuisance. People hate them. Like, they destroy crops and land and, they're invasive. So I was like, yeah, let me put my skills on that. Let me make that my new therapy. Right? So, yeah, everything outdoors and Sergeant Wardawg TV all turned into, hey, man, I'm a veteran that, I got my issues, but for some reason, this is what makes me happy. And I don't know, this is only, all the other things that could pick you up and make you, I can't explain that. Whenever I'm at a place where the only way you can find me is grid coordinates on a map, to me, that just feels just like being somewhere foreign in any country where they don't know exactly where you are without a number, without a grid coordinate, right? Not street names, right? You're off grid like a motherfucker. So they better know some numbers, some grid coordinates to find you, right? And yeah, that's all it was. Though Harley was wanting to do the outdoors, and then when I couldn't get outdoors, because I used to take a Ford F-150 out there, right? I just took it just to be able to shoot my rifle, because obviously at most civilian gun ranges, you can't do what we do or what we're used to. You know what I mean? Like most of the places I go to, they don't want you taking headshots at the gun ranges. You know what I mean? And so I was like, well, damn, I can't do it. I can't, you know what I mean? I can't go to the range for that. And then I was like, well, there's other stuff from, that the range taught me that I need to be able to do that I can't do in that damn range. So I needed to find somewhere off grid where I could do everything that I'm used to. And so I could feel like me again. And that was what did it.
Nice.
So, like I said, it was off grid. And then when I couldn't get off grid, because I was fucking up my truck. Because where I go, it's not like, just grass. Where I'm at is undeveloped swampland. Like that, that they were gonna build a neighborhood or a development on, like 13,000 acres, but they didn't build it. So they converted into like this off-grid place where people can ride four-wheelers, camp,
fucking crazy, man.
Hunt, and it's so crazy that it has like Indian reservation status in the States. So the police can't even come through the private gate to get on the property.
Oh, yeah, right.
So we're off grid with backwoods justice. Drinking, driving, smoking, shooting, doing shit. It is backwoods justice. And
Fuck yeah.
hey, most of the time, I'm out there 13,000 acres. I'm the only black guy out there. But for some reason, when you say military, man, they accept you. I don't know how, like I'd always heard these things like, hey, don't go out there where you go. Don't go over there. It's bad. They don't, the race. I got there though, man, and it's totally a lie. They fed me, let me use their hot showers, drank with me, just whatever they tried to say about whatever, racial or one-on-one, you meet me or talk to me, they didn't show me that, man, because they saw who I, right? And it's just been that way, man. Like, I'm cool out there with them somehow. They're cool with me somehow. And
The great equalizer. I want to ask you about fucking Thailand.
Yeah, bro.
What's your connection to Thailand with the
With all the suck yarns?
fucking Sakyantal, everybody?
Yeah, bro.
I think you got the same fucking tattoos on your back as me.
Yeah, really? With the tigers.
here we go.
No, I'm going to remember his name soon. The Nankon Tom, I think it is. Man, to be honest, man, it was why I collect so much with Danny's story, man, was Byron Bay. That was the first time I'd done a proper rehab, not just in a psych ward or a private hospital. I was in the proper rehab, and I was down there for proper rehab. But, man, I had an absolute amazing clique down there with the little crew that we had. We called ourselves Rat Park. After that, watching one of those TED Talks about fucking addiction and rats and stuff, and I was like, fuck, this is all of us. And it actually, there was another veteran in there, but the first time I didn't really have any veteran because I didn't like this dude a great deal. He was a bit of a tosser. Needed help still, but just the way he carried on with women I didn't like, probably. But that was where they basically said to me, it's like, you can't learn much more of this fucking psychology stuff. You really need to embrace the spiritual side of your journey. So what did I do? That was in August, September. I was dating a doctor at the time that I'd met in the psych ward previously. She was a patient. I'm not that fucking good. I wasn't being able to think. But man, I went down there and I really owned it, man. It was the first time I was going to NA and AA while I was there. Even got out and continued with NA. 66 days was the cleanest I'd been up until that point, probably since I was about 12 years old, maybe. I was even alcoholic, still smoking. That was 66 days completely clean. and I had a new version of life. Look, me and her were never going to click. She was way too smart for me, this woman. And look, there's a song. Anyways, yes, it was fun, but we were still having fun the ways that we did. So it was coke and fucking piss. That's how we got along. But the whole thing was she was going overseas. We were just first trial of an open relationship where we were still allowed to see other people. It's like, this is all new shit to me, and I love new shit. Especially after being married for 12 years, you know, like, fuck, this isn't a bad way to fucking do things. So she'd organised for me to fly over to Barcelona and Paris for 2 weeks after I'd gotten off parole and go meet up and catch up with her, man. And look, the conversations leading towards it, I sort of knew it was coming, but I didn't stop myself when I went over there and fucking got back on the piss and the coke. Hated myself for it, man. Hated myself for it. So I got back. I was like, I've wasted this fucking rehab trip. I was like, fuck it. They said the spiritual side of thing, the only place that I've ever felt spiritual is Thailand. So I'm going to go buy a bar in Thailand. I'm not waiting until I'm 60 with the 20-year-old wife. I said I'm going to go over there and find myself. I mean, I won't lie. That first bit was I was really looking for a business partner more than a wife. But man, that thing was only supposed to be for the 10 days to go get my Afghan tribute sleeve. It was just tattoos and speak to the bar that I'd been going to since I was 18 when we were over there on RCB and spent some time in Thailand. Met this girl and didn't speak a word of English, but we just connected. And I could talk, well, mind you, I only found out recently that she doesn't understand me as much as I thought she did. That was like a week before our wedding. It was like, oh, shit. She goes, you need to be honest. I don't understand a word you say. That's probably why you're still with me, darling. This plays everything. Me and my ex-wife had a joke about that. I was like, how does that work? I was like, she can't understand a word I fucking say. How do you think she's going? She's like, oh, very valid point. But yeah, man, so I went over and that was when I really hit the Buddhist side of things, man. Like she's a devout Buddhist, her and her family, and they're from regional Thailand. So we spent 30 days in and out of temples traveling. She's taking me around. We're just doing the temples. So for 18 months, man, as things were growing between us, I was being back and forth. It was always temple stuff, and I was, a lot of our therapy models here in Australia are based around that, what I call westernized Buddhism. But for 18 months, man, I'd been into it, but I still felt like I'm too bad to be a Buddhist. Like, I still don't feel like I click, as in it doesn't make sense to me, bro. And then I went to the Sakyant temple and got to meet this Ajahn, Pa Ajahn, and I got to start to learn the traditional Thai culture, the spirits, the magic, their connection with the animist stuff. All of it was starting to thing, and it's like, I've just reminded my journey. Like, Mum's done all the NLP. She's the fucking hippie. Like, me and Dad called it the woo-woo stuff. So I always had that influence, but I was so focused on this Western model, man. And it was the acceptance I got there. Like, man, I'm not going to lie. Like, it fucking blew me away. Like, I've rocked in there, and I've got monks through Google Translate telling me, we had dreams of you coming here. Mm-hmm. Fucking 3 days before you got here, you were here to help us rebuild the temple. And I'm, what the fuck? And they're like, you're a disciple of Pork one of Buddha's teachers, or one of the fucking hermit sages. And they're like, your 10th lineage you come from Jabri, you're supposed to be bringing American weed, man. Like, I was just lost in it all, man. And like, as we're getting the tattoos and stuff, man, like, I'm using AI to take photos of it, getting the missus and the fucking Ajahn to sort of give me their interpretation of it, man. And obviously, as you know, with AI, sort of got you in, and it started. I was lost in it, man. I was like, this is now where it makes sense. Like, I went, I fucking shouldn't be saying it, but I'm smoking fucking weed in a temple. Man. Like, I'm getting stoned to get tattooed in a temple that's fully accepted of it. Man, and I ended up, I'll show you the photos afterwards, man. I spent a night there with them, with the Ajahn, had the family, and got on the piss. Like, because this is the thing, man. I'd been so used to the rules, but then I really got the acceptance side of things of the Buddhism, which is why Thailand is such a place, I believe, is such a spiritual place, because everything's accepted. As long as you come in as a good fucking person, doesn't matter what you've done and what you're doing. If you're not a shit cunt, they fucking love you and treat you like family. So everything I'd sort of learnt over the last 18 years was 18 months of the Buddhism, like actually immersing myself in praying and doing all the practices and that. It all started to make sense to me, and because I'd unlocked most of the other religions and taken the bits and pieces that I'd like. Because I couldn't even say that I'm a Buddhist, man. I'm not following the 5 precepts to the fucking T. And look, I went up and did 5 days of Dharma. I couldn't make the 7 days up in the north near the border of Laos. I can't remember the name of the temple there, man. And I was actually put down in with the nuns because none of the monks could speak English. So I'm like, my missus is the one walking me around doing the silent meditations around there, doing all the fasts and everything like that. And it was that last bit, man, which is all to sort it in. Like this stuff for me is spiritual armor. That's the way I look at it. You know, have a good understanding of it, man. What this stuff has put on and represents to me is that higher belief. And I learnt that obviously, I never really resonated with the word God. But in the NA rooms, that higher power, and through that Byron experience, man, I've always embraced I'd like to think I've always embraced the unit, but looking at it in that sort of light really gave me a new understanding. And what I learned through the Buddhists and these guys over there, they weren't forcing me into their religion. I didn't have to. It was just sort of, we accept you for you, just don't be shit cunt. It's pretty simple. Like, just be a good dude and we love you, man, and that's. I just love it there, man. Like, obviously, if I didn't have kids in it now, I'd be gone. I'd already be living there.
Yeah, 100%. Thailand's a fucking beautiful place. Yeah, the acceptance. The acceptance is probably the biggest thing you notice over there. Just all love and hugs and fucking. They accept you. Yeah, if you're a good person and you fucking embrace their warmth, and they fucking give it to you.
And you get to fucking be around Nung, man. Like, that's the bit of it. This stuff, man, was all coming from Muay Thai. That was one thing that I wish I did so much earlier than I did. Somewhere to channel that energy, somewhere to put all that fucking warrior shit into action and leave it somewhere, you know. Oh, mate, I can't recommend any martial arts. Couldn't recommend martial art. If I recommended anything for a dude living in the military, find a gym. Find a gym. Whether you've served or not, just get out and find a gym. Find somewhere you're going to get the same sort of benefit. Like, I got to experience the other night with our Fender fighter, and I walk in there, man, and I'm completely accepted as the crazy dude. I fucking love it. I don't have to I don't have to get on drugs. I don't have to be pissed. I don't have to perform in any way. I'll just go in there and be a loose unit. And I'm fucking accepted for that, you know. Just finding a new tribe, I suppose. And, mate, there's no one in a gym that doesn't have demons. We're all in there fighting demons. I watched this young girl get in a fight that I hadn't seen fucking even training yet the other night. As soon as she threw hands, I was like, fucking look at the demons coming out of this. It's like, I want to train with her.
Yeah, it's a fucking good outlet.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Fucking oath, man.
Cool, boys. Fucking 3.5 hours.
Oh, we did another one. Fuck. I didn't want to be as long as Daddy. We've got the second, so it's all right.
Yeah. You need the extra time for the extra person, yeah. No, it was good. Fucking anything else you want to push or promote while you're here?
No, mate. The biggest thing for us, I think we had the discussion, guys, if we can we've got the Instagram followers, we need to convert it to YouTube. So, man, we're not asking for it, especially here in Australia. I know I can't be over here asking Australians to fund fucking veterans in America when we're looking after our own. But what we're hoping to do across the borders, mate, we hope to grow to a point where we're having these conversations with veterans. Not so much, especially with your normal standard dudes, guys transition from all around the world. Like, it's universal, this shit. If you've served and you're out now, you know, what we found is that this is all similar. So we want to get that perspective from wherever we can, man. So it doesn't matter where you've served or anything or what side it's on. There's no judgment here, man. If you've put on that thing. Let's have a chat and learn. You know, like we said, we're learning things from one another. And when you start diving into different cultures and stuff like that, they're going to have things that we've never even thought of yet. So just being able to expand that awareness on how we do. So if we can give us a like on Sergeant Wardawg TV on YouTube, follow us on the Wardawg Trail podcast, get in and buy Kaz's book. He's going to help me put mine together. Just so you know, that's pretty much done all off his own. So something else that we're looking into is another little avenue and giving guys the opportunity to be able to tell their story through this stuff, mate, as a bit of therapy for themselves.
Yeah, for sure. Getting it out there. Yeah, fucking hell, it's mind-blowing, the subscriptions. Like, all it is click the fucking button, costs you nothing, takes you about 3 fucking seconds.
And if you like us, give us a like and share on the rest of the social, guys. Fuck, it's not that hard. I'm not asking for your wallets anymore. We just want some fucking share to love.
It's not your money. It's just a fucking click. Just like this.
Yeah.
Pause it right now. Click subscribe.
You're gonna put the links in for this one, bro. Click here.
Yeah, I have like, you might get 1,000 people watch a fucking single episode, and then you've got fucking 200 subscribers. You're like, well, the rest of you can't still
do it. You sit here and watch the whole thing without fucking clicking the button.
Yeah. Well, you say subscribe at the start, and then they fucking watch it and they switch it off and come to forget. Yeah. To be honest, like, I'd never fucking subscribed to anything in my life before I started a podcast.
And now I fucking subscribe to everyone.
Yeah, same. Now, if I watch something, I'll click subscribe. Yeah. It's the easiest way to help it grow.
That's it, man. And hopefully, like we said, bro, we'd like to keep in contact with you, man, and help you get, man. I want us having our Aussie voices over in the States making a difference also, man. And these are the type of...
Right on.
These are the type of conversations that I think there needs to be more of them, man. Because like you said, and don't get me wrong, man, I love listening to all our operators and that tell their stories because it's fucking wild, man. But there's a space for us guys too, because we've all fucking sacrificed something, and it's good to have a place where, you know, we always, I don't know what it's like for you guys, but I wanted to go there and never made it there. So, you know, there's that aura there. I want to know what it was like for them. But now I'm hoping to connect through this stuff where we can start integrating their experiences across for us guys too and sharing the stories, you know?
Yeah. Everyday veterans.
Yeah.
Relatability.
100%.
Cool. Thanks for being here, brother.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here.
Always. Hey,
Across the seas.
Bro, you are my dude. You hear me?
Thanks, brother. I've fucking known you here for a week. I appreciate you taking fucking a day out to come here.
Salute, bro.
Thanks for having us, brother. We really appreciate it, man. And we
Love
love
what
you're
you
doing. Loving what you're doing.
Yeah.
Cheers,
we finally, we might have a bit of fucking clips now that look half decent now that we got on yours. Sorry for the 11 hours of editing this coming your way.
I'll make some reels for you.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Cheers.
Legend.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Salute.
This is